Hi everybody, and welcome back to Disco Elysium. Oh my god. Last week, I stopped the stream and I was shaking. Absolutely shaking. I was so terrified of what happened. And like, so emotionally messed up from what happened. If you didn't see what happened last week, you gotta go, you owe it to yourself to watch, because it was one of the coolest things in gaming I've ever experienced, and one of the most emotional. Like, I haven't had that kind of emotion in gaming since I did, Red Dead 2, and if you know, you know. So, without further ado, let's get started. We could level up. I think I might save this for a bit, though. I forfeited my smokes. I've got a couple of things to do, including going upstairs. In my inventory, I've got a bunch of things. You can see I was really set up for a confrontation, and I had one. Rip necktie. So we're just gonna go with, we're gonna go change our clothing, and we're gonna go back to probably what it is that we usually wear, like, frog hat. We're gonna do, let's see here, frog hat. I'm gonna take everything off because I'm confused. I'm naked again. Alright. Well, now that we don't have the beautiful tie left, because the beautiful tie did leave us, rest in peace, you beautiful bastard, we're gonna wear the eight-eyed Terratorn tie, because it's just, it's handy. I like the polar anorak. It makes me feel good about myself. Let's see what else we've got, though. Shirt. Let's look at our shirts. We've got +1 logic. I'd like to just stick to the positives if it's possible. Like, if I've got a shirt that can be just positive. Drama. We can definitely use that. Physical instrument might not be bad right now because I am really fucked up. So let's actually go physical instrument. And I kind of want, I feel like I want the polar anorak, but we're going to be doing some investigating. So I'm going to go with the Esprit de Corps and Visual Calculus jacket there. I look stupid. Oh my god. Let's go with the logic shirt. There we go. Pants. We don't have that many pants. I don't have my police pants, so... if we go with, I want to go with the electrochemistry gloves. We'll go with the half-life. And I can either have my jeans or the yellow pants, which is the ones I started with electrochemistry. The Royal Carabiner pants are okay, but I feel like I'd have to wear them with the boots, and that just means, like, I can get more perception, and I could change my hat. But then again, it's a frog hat. If I go, oh my god, I am the best looking cowboy. I love it. That's great. I love that so much. I think all my glasses have at least one negative, right? Yeah. Yeah, all my glasses have one negative, so it's gonna basically be like, what negative do I want? I don't want to sacrifice my visual calculus by doing that. I really don't need, I don't think I need my hand-eye coordination, because I needed that in the last fight, holy shit. I've already got the hat for encyclopedia, but, oh, actually, if I do this and the frog hat, then I get 2 encyclopedia, which gets me more money and stuff, and I sacrifice 1 perception, but I still have +1. I think that's great. I think that's good. Okay, sure. I don't need authority when I'm dealing with this right now, I think. But I do have +2 to suggestion if I'm barehanded, so... I think I'll be okay with this. I look stupid, but that's okay. Hi Sasquatch. Alright. I'm just gonna save now because I've just changed everything so that I can maybe take care of stuff. Let's go look at this hub. You see gleaming white enamel, no bottles inside. Look, the door is open. I can walk into Kim's room? Are we friends? The stereo 8 player has been reunited with its right speaker, and I did notice that the window got fixed. Newly replaced glass shining in the morning light. You hear traffic outside. Back in the world again. Oh my god. Hi, Aiden! Oh, I gotta go. I gotta go into Kim's room. I have to do it. I need to know. Oh my god. I also need to look in the mirror.
The bathroom mirror has been wiped completely clean. You see the reflection of your face in the mirror, such as it is. A regular, clean-shaven police officer.
Old and busted. Oh my god. Let me go in! It won't let me in? Okay, I don't know why I had to do that. The alarm is set for 6:50 a.m. Okay, so you know when he's gonna be up at that point. Medicinal supplies in the cupboard. Okay, scalpel, antibiotics. I want to read your diary.
These papers bear the stamp of the RCM. They appear to be fragments of the lieutenant's paperwork, half finished. You make out notes on this and other recent cases.
I had Garth open the door to your room. You were running a low bacterial fever the first night.
There's a couple of options. Thank you for keeping this thing alive a little longer. I'm such a burden. I should just fuck off. I saw apocalyptic visions of the darkness behind darkness. Behind darkness. I thought I was dead for a moment. I'm gonna thank you for keeping this thing alive a little longer. Points to self.
It would have been easy were it not for my concussion. We both got lucky, considering the odds we faced. Let's go.
Thank you. My bestie! Thank you, bestie. Fucking look at the fan.
The fan stands still. The switch must be broken. The lights are on.
Ooh. I turned the lights on! Holy shit! Let's go outside. Because I can. Let's see if I can see anything. Nothing important. Okay. I thought I'd look. So we learned a lot about ourselves last episode. Maybe if I don't... Oh! Hold up. Hold up. Am I gonna get hurt if I run now? Does this mean I have to walk everywhere? Oh my god. That is frustrating. Oh my god, if I hadn't been shot in the leg. That's incredible. Looks like she left something on the table. Well, I don't get to see what it is, apparently. Check the drugs again.
The medicine cabinet is empty. Not even a toothbrush. Pity.
She's really cleaned this out.
Mm-hmm. She certainly had her priorities straight when she was packing.
Yeah, drugs. Then I'm just gonna be house.
Next to the stack of bills, you see a note. A few lines jotted down in large, uneven handwriting, just as the writer was about to rush out the door. I'm sorry, I fucked everyone over. P.S. I didn't kill him. P.P.S. Gift upstairs.
A present?
A gift.
The lieutenant turns to the staircase suspiciously, looking for any signs of another presence in the shadows. What could his gift be?
I am not drawing my gun. Yet. But I don't like gifts.
I agree.
He says he's not, but his hand moves instinctively toward his holster as he studies the note. Just don't walk into another radio trap, okay?
Listen, I'll try. Well, that person's dead. I don't think that'll happen.
Relax. Not everyone is out to trap you.
Seems she left in a hurry.
It's hardly surprising.
Well, no time like the present. Let's go upstairs. I'm gonna laugh my ass off if I accidentally run and hurt myself. That would be just incredibly funny. Ah! She left me a string. A red thread made of nylon. It leads out the room and onto the roof.
You see the same two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman, only now a red thread bisects the room, pointing from the antenna outside to the cupboard on the wall.
This is ballistics. She's left a trajectory for us.
The lieutenant tests the thread with his finger, drawn taut. It rebounds instantly.
A ray of backward motion explodes from his mouth to the roof outside, A prime, to then widen into a radius of locations in Martinez, B prime, B double prime, and B triple prime.
Where does the thread lead?
It suggests the bullet came from the extreme upper quadrant of possible angles, from a point beyond the roof, B triple prime,
Okay.
the island in the bay.
Is she trying to tell us a shot came from the islet?
Unless she thinks the perpetrator was standing on the ring antenna. That is where the thread seems to point.
There are ruins on that islet, a sunken C4. I saw it through the coin-operated viewer.
I remember.
He looks out into the window onto the bay. How'd she know how to do this?
She was there that night. She would have known precisely where the bullet hole was in the glass.
She had a long time to think about it after, standing on that roof, staring at the glass.
It also looks like there may be more to her skill set than we know. The question is, should we trust her?
Of course we don't trust her.
I don't know. At this point...
He stops mid-sentence.
What difference does it make?
Yeah. This is also the only point of origin we haven't ruled out yet.
So it is.
For a second he seems tired.
You seem enthusiastic.
I just haven't gotten a lot of sleep these past few days.
He doesn't really believe this will yield anything.
Maybe we need to go to the island. The wind blows in from the open window. The lieutenant sighs, looking into the cold distance across the water.
He sees danger. Another trap, perhaps. He must be cautious for a reason. This man has decades of experience. There, across the grey water, amidst crumbling concrete, a birch tree, and the half-sunken ruins of a flak tower.
I remember an anti-aircraft gun, or the ruins of one, on the island, from the coin-operated viewer.
Could be the makings of a sniper's nest.
Why not? Military fortifications are made for that kind of thing.
You're not afraid, are you?
No, I just don't want to walk into another embarrassment. I am a creature of pride, you see. I'm afraid of becoming a joke.
Oh, I really upset him. Like, that makes me sad.
It's not something he's proud of, but that's the way it is.
I'm going to the island. Are you in?
Of course. I'm in.
He takes a second to gather himself, then says,
How do we get there? Joyce Messier had a sloop, but she's gone.
Lillian, the net picker, she's tarring her boat.
Ah, yes, of course. The village. Let's go.
Oh, see how excited he is when I said that? Oh, I feel so bad. The thread is tied to the antenna. I'm gonna go explore a bit more. There doesn't seem to be anything new here. I'm just gonna go down the elevator just to check it out. What is this? Oh, it's the main menu. I'm like, what the hell is that? Okay, yeah, no, there's nothing, new here. Can I still not get through this door?
You see a heavy steel door.
Okay. Well, we'll go back. I'm gonna try not to run. because I definitely know there will be a time where I accidentally run, and I think it will be funnier. If I forget, because I will. Okay. So I guess, actually, like, if I mean, I could eventually figure it out on my own, I'm sure, but by letting her go, she left that for me. I earned her trust, and she left that. So I think that's actually quite nice. Yeah, go to the island. Call my station to find out more. Check the island for bullet traces, which is go to the island. Let's talk to Garte. Hey, Garte, I'm here. Hi. You didn't ask me for rent.
Oh, you're up. It's good to see you back on your feet. Did you like your room? I cleaned it for you.
Aw. I did, thank you, big improvement. It could have used more work. After all, I just took a bullet for this place, and you did? I was too distracted to notice. I did, thank you, big improvement.
You're welcome. I thought it would be nice for you to wake up in a clean place after you, let's be fair, defended this establishment and its clientele from gunfire. I give credit where credit is due, and that was a crazy move. Crazy effective. Petroleum bomb. Never seen anything like that. I was there until it struck him. Crawled inside then. Bullets started flying. Anyway.
I actually impressed Garte with my fucking Molotov.
I wish you a quick recovery. Also, you and your partner are staying here free.
Oh!
This establishment supports cops. The stay is free, the drinks are not. It just felt I needed to specify that.
Where did everyone go?
Oh, you know, people don't tend to stick around after shootouts. Turns out they're not good for business.
What happened to the man with the sunglasses?
I don't remember everyone who comes here. And many people wear sunglasses inside lately. Must be a fad.
Okay, so I have to mention, when it happened, you were right out there, on the balcony.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. That's because I'm a bad ass.
He nods, trying to remain aloof. I like the options. Option 1 is, yeah, I guess you are a badass. Option 2 is, if you say it as 2 different words like that, it sounds like there's something wrong with your ass. And option 3 is just nod stoically. I'm going for option 2 because it just made me laugh.
Yeah, well, fuck you too then. You have any more questions or stylistic pronunciation advice?
He's not too offended. The experience has changed something in him.
Fuck you too. Yeah, that's the kind of talk we have. All right, thanks.
No problem. They'll come back. They always do.
All right, goodbye. Amazing. The cook's gone. The smoking guy is still here.
Hi again, Gendarme.
I would love to know you.
It's the sports. He's a sports guy, all about that physical prowess and athletic skill. Nothing else.
I failed that check and it hurt my morale.
Bye-bye, Gendarme.
Jesus. This guy say anything anymore? Oh, hang on.
The theme on that pinball machine is a standard royalist theme, used on everything from pinball cabinets to full-flavor cigarettes.
What are its hallmarks?
Clinging to a picture book version of the past century, waiting for the king to come back and cast out all the profiteers and homosexuals. Basically, imagine a yellow plastic crown with a liquor brand emblazoned on it.
Wait, where do I get such a crown?
It comes free with a six-pack of Vermilion Roy d'Or. The words Roy d'Or are stamped into the crown's plastic.
The idea of a king in a century gone is pretty fascinating.
The sentiment is called anti-centennial nostalgia, pining for a time before the turn of the century. It's common even now, after 50 years.
That was a weird thought. Well, I should talk to Titus, because a lot of his guys are dead, and I feel really bad.
Seeing You approach. The bruised man raises his bear in welcome.
Yay!
Crazy motherfucker. Didn't think you had that fury in you, but I guess I've misjudged a lot of people lately. There I was, thinking, where are we gonna find a tin opener large enough for those cans? Then Capo Loco shows up and just sets a man on fire.
See, I love this. I literally just showed up, let the guy say one line, and then threw a Molotov at him. It was beautiful. And they're all like, everyone is like, you crazy motherfucker. Amazing. I love it.
Impressive shit, Copper. None of us would be breathing right now if it wasn't for... I guess what I'm trying to say here is, thank you.
He extends his hand.
This is big. It's as big of a thank you as Titus Hardy can muster under any circumstances.
All right, so I got a couple of different options. Shake it 3 times. Shake it, no need to thank me, just doing my job. I superstarred the shit out of that. Shake his hand, nod in silence. Don't shake. Look, I need to talk to you. And actually, I just came to say goodbye with leave. I'm gonna say I superstarred the shit out of that.
Dick Mullen on steroids. Glenn would have liked you had he gotten to... Never mind.
Oh, sad smile passes over his bruised face.
There's a lump in his throat when he thinks of Glenn, lying on the plaza mosaic, bleeding.
I'm sorry about the people you lost.
Theo was old. I think he'd be pretty happy with the way he went. Never could imagine him withering away on a sickbed. But Angus... he was just a stupid kid. Didn't realize the mess he'd gotten into. Trusted me. Still, the balls on that kid. Went down fighting for someone else's shit like a fat, angry bear.
Hell yeah, Angus.
Here it comes. The last one is the worst one. He only deals with it by drinking copious amounts of 8% beer. An honest tactic, and effective.
And Glenn was my friend. Best I've ever had. I'd love that crazy homo like my own brother. We're all fucked without him. But what do? This job is shit.
I got a couple of options. Hold on, where's that Shanky fella?
Dennis, that poor little rat is dead too. I always thought he'd run. But no, he stayed. Stupid, brave fella.
They were good people. I'm sorry it went like that.
Well, yeah. Memento mori. Right.
Memento mori, or remember that you must die, is a slogan various religious orders have thrown around since the dawn of mankind to emphasize the vanity of earthly life and the transient nature of all earthly pursuits. In essence, it means one should live virtuously in this life to live better in the afterlife.
Yeah, totally.
Absolutely. Today, I'm going to get drunk, eat good food, and bed a good-looking girl. 'Cause tomorrow, a motor carriage might run me over.
Hell yeah. Eat, drink, and be merry.
Or you might die of a heart failure or syphilis.
Hey. Fuck you for ruining a beautiful idea.
What's gonna happen to the Hardy Boys now?
I guess I'll take a closer look at our union members. There's bound to be some ambitious fellows there who'd love nothing more than advancing social democracy by busting some heads. Might even ask Tibbs if he's tired of replacing windows and maybe wants to have some fun with his brother. Anyway, don't you worry. As long as Titus Hardy's standing, there will be Hardy Boys.
You know what happened to Classy?
Don't know? Don't care. I'll be glad if I never see that fucking woman again.
Titus, after all we've been through, level with me. You really liked her, didn't you?
Nope.
He did.
Alright, same here, man.
He shrugs and tries to look uninterested.
Any idea what I should do now?
Judging by the sight of you, I'd suggest crawling into bed with a bottle of whiskey in one hand and a big tit in the other.
Man, yeah, alright, I'm down.
Yeah, go pay Monica a visit in Janrock. She's got a knack for making men forget about their worries. Biggest pair of milkers in all Rebacho.
Hell, you both look like you could use some feminine company right
Go
now.
fuck! Go fuck a lady! God damn!
Thank you for your advice, Eugene, and you too, Alain. I do always appreciate a good use of the expression milkers.
Holy shit! Okay, I'm sorry, I gotta screen cap that, because... Oh, that tickled me. Oh, that tickled me, man. Kim, I love you! I love you so much. Oh, God, yeah, I saved that. I'm gonna save that forever. That is so good.
You're welcome, Bina Claude. You're all right in my book.
Hey, who don't like big titties? Everyone likes big titties. He calls him Binaclard. So long, fellows. Be good so I don't have to come back here again.
Take care, coppers. You two look after yourselves now. Death passed on you today, but men don't get that lucky twice.
He says with a warm smile, we actually like
Copo
him.
Loco. And normal cop, I guess. Good luck in Jamrock. Scars make the best tattoos, they say.
Thank you for not being racist anymore, Elaine.
Thanks for getting involved, guys. Not a lot of cops would step into that line of fire, but you did.
And if you ever feel like the uniform is holding you back, I've got a few vacancies. You'd make one hardy boy, copper.
That is a fucking compliment.
And Titus Hardy himself would make a good officer. That man was born to lead.
The RCM could really use a man like you, Titus. Think about it.
I will, capo. That's a promise. Now scoot, because the Hardy boys got some mourning and drinking to do.
Take it easy on the drink. The danger has not passed. This town needs you on your feet.
Good point, Bino Claude. We'll keep the vol under 12% tonight.
Man, that would still get me incredibly fucked up. Oh, that was really nice, actually. I like that. You know, I am actually gonna put something in. What can we do here? I do like perception. It was interfacing, though, that we kind of needed, I think, because interfacing was something that I don't get any base things for, so we'll do interfacing. I kind of need that. Oh, man. I guess, wow, we're going to Jamrock at some point. Crazy. Wow, there is a scribble.
The graffito has been painted over the traces of the fight that took place here. It smells of blood and heavy fuel oil. This was Cindy the Skull.
Looks like Cindy the Skull finally found the words for her masterpiece.
The lieutenant crouches, touching the fuel oil with his finger.
Looks like it, yes. This is still fresh. It wasn't here yesterday. And blood. Some of it is even yours.
Heavy fuel oil. Isn't that flammable?
Step back, Lieutenant. Set the graffito on fire with a lit cigarette.
The fuel oil catches fire immediately with a low hiss. A bright orange flash across the surface of the lettering. The falling snow turns to vapor above the burning message, mingling with
amazing. That is also getting screenshotted. One day I will return to your side is what it translates into. I have 3 choices. Disco Elysium. You've been policed, Martinet. God, I'm on my way. Say nothing. Stare grimly into the flames. Disco Elysium.
The lieutenant has taken a small step back. He looks at your face illuminated by the flames and nods silently. Then the fire falters. The flames warmed him too. Not at all in a bad way.
Let's go to that island.
Slowly, the flames subside, the fuel burning out. The air still smells of mazout and springtime.
J'essaierai de retour de toi. I'm very bad at English. You know what I need to do? Get my bag. I'm hobo cop, man. Maybe there's more tar. Oh, hi, postbox.
The dented yellow mailbox greets you with its graffito and bullet holes.
Good box. Pat it.
The mail collection box has no faith in your psychopathic manipulations.
I'm gonna put the bag in my other hand because clearly I'm right-handed and that looked weird. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of wander around here and see, you know, what might be different. Let's go in here.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
Oh, I need suggestion for that.
Oh my god! Things have gotten out of hand!
Shut loads immediately.
I thought the psychic stuff was bad, but the crime! It's even worse! I haven't been able to come to work for 3 days. The shop has been locked. No sales, gangbangers running around, shooting everyone. I know I shouldn't have bought a shop in this ghetto.
I got 2 options. I'm the one who got shot here, ma'am, or say nothing, stare at her, which I'm gonna pick.
And you! Oh my god! Just look at you! It looks like even the police can't take care of all this. Someone should do something about this.
She rubs her pendant between 2 fingers, thinking.
Maybe I should close the bookstore and open a psychic studio. Yes! It makes sense. Crime is the 6th element, you see. The darkest element. I could teach people to protect themselves against bad energies and to fight crime.
Oh, I got options. Sounds like a plan. Life must go on, after all. Or honestly, I'm not sure what to think of it. Or a psychic studio. This is even worse than a bookstore in Martinet. The last one.
No need to be modest, good officer. You've convinced me.
God damn it!
It is a great idea. Thank you for the inspiration.
Yes, psycho woman.
In the meantime, do buy the books. As many as you can. They won't be here for much longer. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No. You fucking crazy ass woman.
An old call box with a matrix. East Delta Commerce Center. This must be the name of the
I don't think there's going to be anything new here. Because I've pretty much explored it, so let's leave that. I'm going to go talk to everyone's favorite asshole. Hey, you fucking piece of shit, how's it going?
Everyone says you started crying in the middle of a firefight and then bled like a pig. I guess that was cool.
Who's saying that?
People, they say you'd kind of died for a moment, that you let your shit out already, but then came back. So I guess that's what's cool now. Just don't think because you got half your dick shot off and you're an invalid now, Kuno's gonna treat you different. Kuno doesn't reward weakness. It's business as usual with Kuno. Kuno's cold like that.
He says, looking at your pathetic limp.
Feels good for some reason.
What? No! Get away from me.
Watch out, pig. It's a dangerous world out there. But Kuno's got his eyes on you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Who knows?
Kuno starts doing the I got my eye on you gesture. What?
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
Yeah, fuck off. No, see, that was that over there. Can I? I can't directly go that way. Okay. Like I said, I wanna actually, like, explore the area. Since obviously so much has changed, people are gonna have different things a lot of people are gonna have different things to say. And I got the time right now. There was also, the guy here who, I can't fucking remember his name.
Mon Dieu! You set it on fire! What kind of a policeman are you?
Oh, I got a shitload of suggestions here for Gaston. Firewalker. I walk in the flames. A beacon of light in the dull shore of mediocrity. You're welcome, Martinet. I, don't know. It was an accident, I'm sorry. Policeman of the state yet to come. The Herald of the Apocalypse. Fuel oil was an environmental hazard. I had to get rid of it somehow. No, I'm gonna do number 2. A beacon of light in the dull shores of mediocrity. You're welcome, Martinet.
Oh, well, thank you, officer. It certainly lightened the mood. Very cozy, like a little street fair almost.
He is afraid of me now! He should be. I'm wearing his friend's pants. So I'm gonna go up here because I would like to talk to, what's-her-face. See if Cindy is, appreciative of my work. Can I do this yet?
Just an ordinary wall.
Nope.
Nothing to see here.
Ah, she's gone. Interesting. I'm gonna doubt she says something.
Give me a moment.
Yeah, I didn't think so. No. Okay, she's gone. Well, actually, I didn't go inside. It might give me a thing. Nope. Because you never know when it's going to give you, like, one of those circles that you can think of. Like, think things. So. Okay, let's go down. I'm gonna walk through here just in case there's something else I can do, or something new has changed in the apartment, but I doubt it, but you never know. See, that's a communist thing. Yeah, no, that's what I thought. Okay. Let's go up the balcony. Man, it's been a week already. Crazy.
This door is made of metal. No one answered.
Let's go. There's nothing.
Okay. I thought I'd check. It's not like this doesn't lead me anywhere. This leads me to a place I want to look, so... Because I noticed a while ago that this had appeared. You hear the sound of running water. Someone's washing dishes.
The door is closed again. Nothing to do here anymore. You hear someone inside, walking from room to room. Whoever lives here must be back home.
Okay. Something. Fuck it, YOLO. That's right, I'm running! So far nothing's happened. I'm sure something will. Okay,
My man, you're alive. Almost. Kind of. Sort of alive?
It hurts like hell, man.
Man, what a day. I missed out on most of the action, but I heard it was quite the encounter. Had a strong sense of finality to it. So what's next? You guys heading back to Jamrock now? Talk is local union muscle were behind it all. I'd reckon the case is closed, even if it kind of turned into a shit show.
Yeah, case seems kind of done. Gotta check on a few last things. I'm still looking around loose ties. It wasn't local union muscle, by the way.
Hey, that's just what I heard. Old wives' tale. So, what next?
I'm still looking around. Loose threads to tie up.
Good luck with that, my man. Ain't easy being you. But hey, you're still breathing, right?
By the way, you're not angry with me anymore.
Fuck it. I'm a bad guy now. There's things more important than holding a grudge. It's okay. You've been through enough. We are what we are. And you're a cop.
Right. A few questions before I go.
Shoot. Sorry, man. Didn't mean it like that. Ask away.
I met the lady driver on my investigation. She's called Ruby.
Okay.
Is it wise to share information about the case like this, sire? The lieutenant throws you a quick glance. What are you doing?
She slipped away, don't worry.
Woof. Good on her. And good on you, too. Better focus your efforts on the bad guys. Mercs and such. Plenty of baddies to go around. And she didn't do it, believe me. If it's something bad, then she didn't do it. Didn't know her for long, but I know people.
He's relieved.
All right. That's enough sharing details about the investigation for one day.
Sorry, Cam. Let's not go that way. It's a very silly place. Aha. Interesting. Well, let's go in the store. The yellow roses in the window. Those aren't the flowers that were left for Classe. Okay.
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
No.
A colourful display of cigarettes and alcohol
that's the
bottles.
cigarettes.
Again, I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health.
To the left of some croissants.
Okay. This one.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs.
Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something. Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
I have $70. I'm gonna do that. You know, just get stock up on healing items, because it seems like a good idea. Hey, man.
stares at you with respect, then gestures towards the trickles of blood adorning your clothes.
Danger comes with a boyadero lifestyle, right?
There are types of danger. The one I'm usually concerned with is lung cancer or getting mauled by wildlife, not bullets. It calls back to an older era where this was commonplace, though. You have a true boyadero heart.
Right, so where is everyone?
Hiding, gathering themselves. The harbor's in full lockdown, friend. No getting in or out, for the time being.
You can't help me get inside?
No, man. Not today. Today is war.
He says it matter-of-factly, like it's no big deal.
What's gonna happen next?
Time will tell. I'll tell Everard you dropped by. I'm sure he'll be glad.
What will you be doing now?
I'll be okay here, doing lookout.
He surveys the
Quite
red
the
flags.
sight, aren't they? Getting to like that red, I am. Don't worry about me. I live to alleviate the worries of our brothers. See if any insane killers turn up. Then I'll run. And live.
Try not to get shot, eh?
I'm sure I'll be luckier than you, friend.
His grin is as wide as a desert. Yep, no one's up here, so what's his face isn't here. I think. I'm gonna check it out. Yeah, everyone's gone, hey? Even murder, what's his face? Hey, I can get this. Has some tar and some money. I'll take it. Thank you very much. Okay. I think I can put the bag away. I don't think I'm getting anything new. I'm gonna go to the car. We're gonna fuck around a bit. First we're gonna save. And I'm gonna go into here, and I guess I'll do a shitload of Inland Empire if I can. Inland Empire and Authority. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'll work. Because I want to call the station and find out more
about me. You see a
me.
set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Pick up the radio.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Precinct 57, we've been attacked. I repeat, Lieutenant Kim Kisgarian.
Something is wrong. Only static hisses through the speaker.
Hello?
No reply. Only the mindless drone of static crawling through the air.
It's been this way for a while now. My guess is the Union is listening in on our conversations and jamming outward communications to protect themselves from Cronel. It only happens when someone mentions the attack. The rest is unaffected. Our best bet is to carry on like nothing happened. That is, if we don't want us cut off the grid completely.
Okay. Isn't that dangerous?
No more dangerous than stepping between 3 armed mercenaries and 8 Union men, I hope.
He glances over his shoulder.
I don't like it either, but that's the way it is. The street seems safe enough to me. If anything, taking out the mercs made things calmer. For now.
He flicks off the radio. Silence.
You can try calling again. Just don't mention the tribunal. And remember, they are listening in.
Okay.
They're shutting you up. silencing you. Don't fucking drop your guard. Everything sounds okay. No drumbeat of total war yet. If anything, everything sounds too okay.
Okay.
In the cabin, you see a set.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Reconnect me to the 41st.
Right. Please hold.
10-4, come in. Fireworker. Over.
Jules, I've heard that some people think of me as a La Puta Madre's Pione. Do you think I'm corrupt?
10-4, sir. Well, there's been some talk, sir.
Some talk? What does it even mean there's been some talk? They think I'm corrupt or not?
I only meant that there's been some talk in the station, that's all. But there's always some talk in the station. You know how officers in Jamrock are. But then again, some of us truly are on the take. It's unfortunate. Over.
Wow. And that's all for now.
Roger that. 10-10, over and out.
Incredible. Well, apparently I just finished that one, so that's funny. I'm gonna put my my little hat back on because I prefer my hat. There we go. Hey, fucker.
Wow!
Wow, what?
A cop limping down the street, bleeding from the shoulder, face bruised, looking like hell? You know what that is? Cool! That's cool!
Fuck you, ceiling. Oh my god. Why is this still lit? I know that's where I found the tape, but why is it still lit?
The gnarled hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gilles Lane endures the wintry gusts.
I am not punching the tree. Is there anything I can get at the pawn shop? I could have sworn when I first came here that this was lit up, but I've never been able to open it with any of, like, the opening equipment, so I don't know.
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
I will get that street light.
All the old boot. You see rows of toy soldiers.
Between you and me, this is why I don't get involved in local politics.
You calling this politics?
In its purest form. Now, what can I do for you?
Do you have any recordings of the Koldomama Dakwa?
The Koldimama Dakwa? Sorry, I would never have guessed that you were that interested in ultrasonic sounds. Or birds, for that matter.
I've been really into all kinds of art lately. Experimental things, you know?
What an interesting development. Well, it's been a long while since I've gone hunting for the Koldimama Dakwa. Once knew a group of young musicians who decided they didn't want to play music anymore, and started looking for all kinds of interesting sounds instead. This was before, you know, lost touch with them after all of that.
That sounds so cool.
Cool or not, one of them was obsessed with recording the Koldimama Dakwa, and he was one of those passionate people who know a lot about all kinds of strange things. So he got the rest of us to join in his search.
And did you ever find it?
We thought we did. We got together all these recordings of unusual sound patterns, compared them, cut them up and combined them into the Symphonia Koldimama Dakwa.
Can I listen to it?
Unfortunately, I don't have any recordings from my old life. None at all. But I do have a tape with some ultrasonic sounds that might be what you're looking for.
He starts rummaging through some tapes behind the counter.
Do we really have time for this?
Spin that bird song.
This recording comes from down the coast. Wasn't looking to record anything specific. Just left a recording device there one morning. Keep in mind, I have to slow this one down enough to make sounds well over 200 kilohertz audible to the human ear. It will be strange.
He switches on the tape player. The speakers begin to emit a low hum.
As the hum grows louder, modulating but always unnaturally uncomfortably low, like it's coming not from the speakers, but also from inside your chest. Breathing is becoming difficult. That's an illusion. Your breathing is just as it was and will remain that way unless you start panicking. There's a growing sense of dread. The sound is coming from inside you, but also surrounding you. It feels as though someone is standing just outside your range of vision and watching you, doing this to you.
Paranoid much, honey?
He nods to you, reassuringly, just as more diverse, higher-pitched sounds, some random, some appearing to form patterns, hit your eardrums. Seabirds most likely, gulls and such.
Seagulls?
And skewers, but
He raises a pointer finger and inclines his head towards the speakers. A new high-pitched shivering sound.
That's it. The signal in the noise. The thin whisper. A low range of sounds is easier to handle with a focal point, but still troubling. You are mesmerized by the sounds, but also feel nausea welling up as the motif continues, then begins to recede, dissolving in what must be the sound of water lapping at the bank.
you know, now that I've listened to it on these new speakers, it's not the cold Imamadakwa. Wrong patterns, wrong photons. Probably some insect trying to sing higher than its predators can hear. Still, fascinating, aren't they? Early morning sounds.
Please, no more experimental listening while we're on this case.
The Koldima Madakwa.
I'm
Sorry,
gonna go through...
I would never have Oh, I didn't once knew this was before. I'm not sure.
Do we really have time for this?
Alright.
Okay. Well, that sucks, because I was hoping he would give me the tape so I could take it to the guys, but it is what it is. I think I'm actually going to go on a very quick break. So if you're watching live, it'll be about 5 minutes. I'll run some pre-roll ads, and if you're watching on the VOD, it'll be instantaneous. I'll see you in a minute. Welcome back, everybody. All right, so let's cross the river. You know, Harry, for being shot in the leg, you're doing pretty good. I wish I knew where my pants were. That would be nice. Okay.
Officer, what happened? You're limping. Why are you limping? You look terrible.
She sounds almost disappointed with you, reprimanding you for falling and hurting your knee.
I got shot in the foot. It was pretty badass. You would have liked it.
Is this from the shooting in town? We heard gunshots. Not that we don't hear gunshots all the time, but they were closer than usual.
There was an exchange of fire on Rue de Saint-Guylaine. It's nothing to be worried about, madame.
You should see the other guys. They're all dead.
So you're a killer? That's good, I guess. Better than being dead.
Most cops... I'm not a kill... most cops are killers.
Aye. I bet they are. The good ones, at least.
I have a question for you.
Of course. Can I help you with something?
We need to get to that island.
That won't be a problem. It's wind still and the tar just dried. We've got 2 days of relative sunshine ahead.
What's on that island? I saw some kind of ruins through the binoculars.
Used to be some kind of fortification there before the war. For the communards. An anti-aircraft gun, I think. Bombed to bits in the landing. I haven't been there myself. Always steered clear of it.
Hasn't been there herself. Who has then?
You said you haven't been there yourself. Who has then, if not you?
My husband used to drink there.
Oh.
Him and his drinking buddies. Always seemed like a bad place to drink to me. People died there during the landing, you know. My mother told me.
Sorry, I was just looking for something. Couldn't find it. Anyway.
This must be one of the many fortifications that was used in the dying days of the revolution against coalition forces before they took this city.
The kids sometimes go there too. I know they do, on rafts. I tell them not to, but they bring back old bullet casings and such.
Which kids?
The twins. God forbid they bring the girl along on some rickety barge.
Can we maybe ask your twins about that place before we go? Would that be alright?
Be my guest. They've a strange way of talking. See if you can get anything useful out of them. I seldom do.
Is there anything I should know about getting there?
Well, most of it's sunken. Underwater. That means concrete underwater. Cut your boat if you're not careful. Be sure to enter from the south side. Water's deep there.
Aye, aye, Captain.
2 days of sunshine, I just got a bacterial infection.
I'm sad to hear that. Take care of that with Ether, will you? Don't get too many RCM men round here. Be sad to lose the first one.
Maybe I should actually, like, try and woo her now that I've been injured.
That's cool. You boasting your bacterial infection like that.
Can we borrow your boat?
If you promise to bring it back, and no scraping the hull. I just got it nice and yellow. And no drinking on the boat. And no joyriding either.
Yes, ma'am.
Of course, ma'am. It's only for a day or two. Official police business.
Aye.
What if I want to rock?
See, that makes me not want to lend you my skiff. On a boat, rocking leads to capsizing. That there is an absolutely 100% rock-free skiff. You got that?
No rock and roll on the skiff. Thank you. We'll use your skiff to get there.
Please be conservative with the fuel, will you? Just filled her up, but it's a small tank.
Yeah, be seeing you. I will talk to the twins first. And the old lady.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
I got shot!
Even I can see that. I told you not to bring your trouble with you, policeman. We've got troubles of our own here. Though I suppose you took the worst of it. Turns out you were your own ill omen.
I guess you were right. The men with guns were coming for me after all.
I'm not sure those were the last of the men with guns either. There are always more coming for your kind, officer.
Then we'll be ready for them.
Yep, goodbye, I'm off. Alright, twins. Oh, I should go talk with my drinking buddies, too.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone while the other watches him do it.
Okay, kids. You've been to the island, right?
On that island?
One who's busy kicking his stones points to the bay. Yes, that one. I need to know what's there.
That's, nothing. It's just a seafort and some plants. You can take a raft there. It's great. And we make a fire. We make a fire.
What if Willie Rushton narrated this game? That would be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I will.
Gather the sticks for the fire. and bullets. Or not real bullets, empty bullets.
Empty bullets.
Bullet shells. There are a lot of them left over from the war, but this could be important.
Wait, you mean shells?
I don't know what those are.
What then?
They're lights. The fire guy comes and asks us to put the fire out.
Your nerve endings sting from the mention of a guy. They must mean a human being on that island, but it's cut off.
Someone lives on the island?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Fuck!
Let's go with yes.
The lieutenant raises his eyebrow and whips out his notebook. Why is he the fire guy?
Because
The boy pauses to think.
he asks to put the fire out.
Why does he ask you to put the fire out?
I don't know. He doesn't like it. He don't like people to be there. You shouldn't go. Yes.
The other one adds laconically, standing with his hands glued to his sides like a little tin soldier.
Because he doesn't want to be found. Smoke traces.
Yeah.
A suspicious request made out of fear.
You mentioned something about lights?
I don't know.
Did you mean there are electrical lights?
He points to the street light.
Yes.
Boy looks at his toes. Is there anything else you can tell me about this guy? Age? Does he live there? Did you hear my fun fact about Really Rushton? I don't think I did.
No, he doesn't live there. I don't think. No, he lives there. Been there twice, 2 times.
Okay.
He doesn't live there. He isn't there sometimes.
Hell, I hate
Anything
kids.
else? What does this guy look like?
I don't know.
How come?
We ran. He just yelled we shouldn't be there.
Your father used to go to the island too, didn't he?
Our father killed himself.
Oh.
Don't say that, he didn't.
His brother punches him. The boy's eyes will look like he's about to cry. Say nothing.
I'm sorry.
Jan says to the other, rubbing his brother's shoulder affectionately. Is that all you know? Is there anything more you can tell me about the island? The boy says, rubbing his eyes. It's clear he has no intention of finishing the sentence.
Lights, fire guy. We should check up on that island.
Okay. Okay. I am curious what the church is up to. Because as much as I complain about them, I do actually like those idiots. I bet I can't dance now.
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you.
Savoir-faire impossible. No words, just dance. Got shot in the hip, -1.
Goodbye, officer.
Could these wires work as contact microphones?
Good morning, comrade. Yeah! Harder car!
Goodbye again.
Yes, what is it?
Oh, I wish I knew what the pail was.
Yo, man.
Welcome back.
I got shot in the leg.
Ouch. I did notice you limping, but I thought maybe it was your.
I'm just walking around
thing
telling everybody I
or
got shot in
something.
the leg.
When I was 16, I used to date this guy who had a limp, but it only showed when he was sober. So I guess it wasn't real or something. I don't know. Anyway, shot in the leg. I'm sorry. Man, that must suck.
I have a reaction speed thing I can do. Okay. let's put on those clothes. I do wish you could have, like, sets that you wear. Sure. Let's try it. This is a roundabout way of getting there, so read me out. Or Thomas the Tank Engine became a TV show. It was originally a series of books called the Railway series. I actually had those growing up as a kid. Those actual books. So yeah, well aware. Willie Rushton did audio narration for the book series from book 9 to 26. He also did audio narration for Alice in Wonderland. You know, when he was speaking, I really thought he sounded familiar. I mean, it could have just been that he sounded British, but that could also be it. Interesting, Will. Thank you for that fact.
Welcome back.
O pasaro de agint. It flutters by your ear. It's what the Zemoyaki, the Gradian community in Revachol, call a person who never breaks under interrogation. It's an organized crime term.
Well, pasar de agint.
Excuse me?
She casually brushes her hand through her hair.
She's attempting to remain calm, but the phrase made her flinch.
I remember now. It's a Zemliaki term, for someone who won't break under questioning. An organized crime term.
What do you mean?
The silver bird.
Alright. My father was a Zemyaki. He died years ago. He was a bad man. Not a lot of good things to say about him and what he did. He bought the family a huge house, so we got to live, at least temporarily, in a giant castle in Jamrock. And then he died.
What happened next?
What do you think? The competition came and took everything away. It was like in a war zone.
She's gritting her teeth.
So after his death, we had nothing left, and we were in danger. My mother had to change her name, mine too. We left it all behind.
You don't call a sudden drug lab inside this church organized crime?
Yeah. I was kinda hoping you'd end that mess before we got going. It feels like I've been slowly turning dad-wise into a corrupt business person.
She's honest.
A shame you didn't.
Okay, that sure was something. I don't know what, but it was something. What was it I needed for this? The dancing? Because it makes me laugh.
Oh, hey, man.
It was savoir faire. I'm not doing it. I'll figure something out for that. I don't know what I want to put it in right now. Well, maybe, I feel like I'm gonna need pain threshold. I'm gonna put some in that. I don't know why, but I feel like I do. Okay. Well, let's put our favorite clothes back on. I'm gonna put the cuirass on, honestly. And the hat. You did a commercial for the ColecoVision. I have no idea what that is. No, really, I have no idea what that is. Perception. Where is my perception? Pocket. Encyclopedia. Frog hat. There we go. Now I look cool. Now I should be able to teleport from here, I think? Nice. Saves my time. What are you doing? You're doing a little jig, dude. Okay. Let's fucking go.
A skiff with a small steering engine in the back floats on the calm mirror of the sea. Its 2 seats are empty. Once you get in, that's it. One pull of the starter handle, and you're off into the bay. A strange trepidation comes over you. Are you sure you want to go now?
I don't have anything else to
Have
do.
you made all the necessary preparations? Closed all your accounts? Remember what the net picker said. It's a small tank. You won't be going back and forth on this.
You take the engine, Kim. I'll hold the boombox.
What?
Wait, what? How else do we blast SAD FM on our way to the island?
Fine. Let's blast SAD FM then.
SAD FM is a radio station specializing in sad, slow rock songs. You seem to know its frequency by heart.
The ColecoVision was a video game console during the time when the Atari was standard. Okay, that's probably why I don't know. I wasn't born then. Get in right to the island. Here we go. Oh boy. I am literally holding the boombox. It's the best day ever.
Want to be free.
Kim loves me.
Want to be free. It will last forever. Want to be free. Want to be free. It will last forever.
I look like the most fucked up clown pirate.
Want to be free. Want to be free.
Silent Borg. There's an oil slick. Interesting.
Want to be free. Eternally. Disco
That
The
was
boat
cool.
comes to a slow stop. The lieutenant turns the engine off. Then there's silence. In the silence, a sputter of wings. A flock of quails takes off in the distance. There is very little wind here today. The ghost is standing still. You look at your arms, then the cliffs above you. Let's go.
All right. Here we go. Kick ass. Rusted chain trails off into the ocean.
The chain trails off into the ocean, connecting the island to the supply depot on the coast.
This leads to the depot in Land's End.
Ah, yes, so it seems.
What do you think it was used for?
For bringing munitions to the island, maybe? And supplies? You could also lock the bay when you raise the chain.
As a defensive measure, lock it off that side of the bay.
Lock it from whom?
From enemies. Enemies of the commune of Revachol. This sea fort was a revolutionary fortification, I believe.
Makeshift bridge. The bombs were powerful enough to break the foundation. What have I got on me? Encyclopedia, Visual Calculus, Volition, Inland Empire, and Police, Breed of Core. I feel like I want to know more. Maybe I should go with Shiver instead. No. Composure and Shivers. No, I'll keep my reaction speed because you never know when I'm gonna need it. I like the idea of conceptualization. What kind of... Yeah, okay, I like that look. So, where can I go? Obviously, let's go explore the shack. Some feels like that barrel, black and viscous. There's a lingering trace of mazuki. Attention, inflammable.
The dry grass crackles under your feet as you stop. Far away, birds' wings touch the still surface of the sea.
What is that flutter?
The flock of quail departs, now more than 100 meters away, 102, 105.
Underneath the flutter.
On the islet, there is almost no wind under the rain quietly falling on the reeds. Bulrushes swaying on the waterline, long dried leaves chafing against each other, the soft raindrops. Like a silent orchestra tuning at the beginning of some major work. Of great importance to the few who attend.
To the west?
A silent hiss. Sea air moving through the needles of a pine tree.
To the east.
The faraway roar of the city, distant like today's dream. Before it, the sound of sand. The low tide filtered through its grains. A bird tending to its feathers. Raindrops fall on water, strangely quiet, forming circles in the distance.
Ahead?
A low hum. The air slowly moves through a concrete box, through its ancient slits and cracks, resonating, hollow. A big building.
Beyond that, further north.
Air flows out of a pillbox window. There is very little there. The air cossets flowers on a meadow. Absolute silence. Reeds motionless. Bulrushes motionless. A drop of rain falls on a black log of an extinguished campfire.
Below the silence?
Col de Mamadakwa.
Shut up! Him.
Yes?
This is where a lesser man would stop to think about the pain shooting up his right leg and into his groin. Not you. You're concentrated on how.
It's really fucking silent on this island.
It is. Is that why we are stopping?
Wait, I have to listen to one more thing.
The lieutenant nods inside.
No, I'm done.
ICM? This feels familiar somehow.
Kim, what is the ICM?
Insular Indian Citizens Militia. It's the official name of the Communards Army. The black and white army of the revolution.
Sounds an awful lot like.
RCM. Sounds like RCM. Revolutionary Citizens Militia.
It does.
Why?
The RCM may descend from the ICM.
May?
It's impossible to say. It was chaos after the war. The name was good for getting people to join us. Revachol West was mostly workers and criminals.
Nice political thoughts rush through your neocortex. A mediocre athlete would pant from dragging around his body on a busted crutch. But not you. You're thinking about politics, with blood dripping down your thigh.
What I'm hearing is we descended from the... It's a little embarrassing, 51, no? What I'm hearing is we descended from the glorious Revolutionary Army.
There were all sorts of groups and groupuscules back then. It doesn't really matter.
He bows to inspect the barrel. A white star.
No, an upside-down star.
Oh.
With its horns in the sky, the symbol of the commune.
Are those speck stars too?
No, that's the uninhabited archipelago.
A DeLorean-era symbol of Insulinda, known as the face in the sea.
Looks old. What's it doing here?
After 44 years? That's not nearly enough to hide what happened here, Lieutenant Gefreiter. One of these barrels was still leaking fuel, as you saw. The city is full of things like this. Old bullets, guns, fuel.
Okay. He only calls me that when he's annoyed with me. Recognize this little birch from the coin-operated viewer. No way to get up there. The stairs are gone. Okay. I guess my running around made me injured, so I will knock that off. I just want to see if I can go anywhere else or if I'm, like, stuck to that, that point, but I don't think I am. I think I can go through here. I can't. Okay. Rock. These tires are falling apart. They're at least 50 years old. They're tires. Okay. I can't go that way. I can't. Okay, so I do only have one route. Fine. That's fine. I was wondering if I had more than one because I thought maybe I could get under this path here, but it does not look like it. Now, if I'm going in here, I don't trust. I don't trust. So I'm gonna up my reaction speed. That is, what can I do for reaction speed? It's, I think I'm kind of maxed on it, am I? What have I got for my jacket right now? My jacket is conceptualization, so let's do that, and yeah, the shoes. I'm gonna put on some other pants. They are bothering me. There we go. Now I look fucking cool. I look like a detective. This is amazing. don't want to ruin my perception. What's ruining my perception? Oh, my glasses are ruining my perception. Fuck. I don't like that. Now I look cool. Now take the hat off. Put the Vivian hat. Now I look like I work for a fucking casino. I love that. I don't trust. I'm getting my you know what I'm fucking getting? I'm getting my I'm putting my gun in my right hand. Oh, that's a shitty gun. Put that gun. And then 3-shot. Oh, that's my gun. Double barrel pistol, walnut grip. I'm good. Actually, you know what? I wonder what happens if I use that one. Yeah, glasses that lower your perception just makes your fucking eyes blurry. Alright, I got my flashlight. I've got my gun. Let's go in here. Because I don't fucking trust anything. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. What's this?
An old cylindrical generator is nested above the ammo lift, with makeshift electrical wiring running out of its side and across the floor. The cables disappear into the wall to your right. The lieutenant puts his hand on the metal barrel, checking for warmth.
It's cold now, but someone has been maintaining it. The wiring has been repaired.
Tap on the side.
A hollow ring. The canister is empty. Dust falls from the generator and down into the ammo lift.
What kind of generator is this?
Liquid carbon. I would imagine it takes mazout.
He points to the open fuel cap on the side of the dynamo.
The kind that's favored by vagrants and fuel thieves. It's been a long winter. Long and cold.
If anyone stayed here, they'd need a generator.
Where do these wires lead?
Downstairs, somewhere?
Pour some fuel in the tank.
The lieutenant assists you, holding the canister up to the fuel tank as you tilt. Dark brown, viscous fluid pours out, and the room fills with a chemical smell. There's a red starter switch on the side of the cylinder and a start rope on the other side. The lieutenant flicks the switch.
Pull the lever, crunk!
The recoil start wakes the old generator up. The machine sputters like an old warhorse before settling down to a rattle.
That should do it.
Oh. Secret task completed. Neat. I love doing that shit. Books, mostly fantastique and historical fiction. Dishes stained with sauce and fire. Survivor's kitchen. A Falm Arrower shirt. Oh hell yeah! I got new shirt. I steal your fucking clothes. Army surplus winter scarf. 2+ empathy, -1 composure. Fucking take it.
Books and magazines lie scattered on the floor and on a makeshift cupboard. They are not particularly well organized.
Yeah, sift through them.
Most are soft covers, serialized fantastique and detective stories from the 20s and 30s. This disparate digest includes the classic Animal Adventures. Among what is mostly commercial fiction and serialized stories, you find a magazine cathodique for electrical engineering. Then it's back to pulp. Light erotica, an international thriller about circuit benders.
Someone's made themselves a home.
The lieutenant inspects a soft cover. Ooh, all things communist. Conceptualization, eh? Oh, I don't think I have much for that. Oh, I only have like 1 or 2 things, I think. Conceptualization. I mean, I have that. The white satin shirt. I think that's like the only thing I have for conceptualization. Oh no, I've got the jacket too. Oh, I look like a douchebag. Sick. I love it. Conceptualization. Okay. Just want to make sure I'm not losing any. No. Hog. Okay. What the hell? We'll try it.
Soft covers, serialized fantastique and detective stories, animal adventures, a magazine
YOLO,
for electrical
58%.
engineering, and
yes!
Oh yes, under the bed there is a rather extensive collection of critical theory, that is, dour, life non-affirming left-wing literature, published by small imprints such as Abattoir Firm and Ouzia. It's not exactly like reading.
Okay, there's 4 choices. I'm gonna pick, I know which one I'm gonna pick. Look, Kim, deranged commie ranting. Look, Kim, downbeat dribble for people who can't get shit done. Look, Kim, a book, left wing. I have no comments, do you? Look, Kim, powerful communist theory, rigorous and truthful.
Ouzia. I agree. Humanitarian sciences. It stands out. Not a lot of critical theory around in Havashol West.
Your incendiary remark has failed to provoke him. Wasn't there some in the communist student's room?
A student in the apartment building seemed to have some as well.
Well, yes. That one student did.
The little books seem inconsequential next to the big pile of frivolous entertainment covering them.
Critical theory books. What do you think this means?
Whoever has lived here, they have some education and a certain set of interests.
Interesting.
I liked that. That made me giggle. I gotta find my fucking clothes again. I don't really care about empathy. Except I do. That was part of that, okay. You see candles planted on a broken rangefinder. A moth-bitten bedsheet keeps the window.
There's a greasy old spring mattress in the corner, resting on piles of soft cover books. White linen and a pillow are visible under a worn-out caracol blanket.
Someone has been squatting here. The linen is fresh, recently washed.
How recently?
You force the rest of the sentence out through pain, thick as molasses, no longer able to hear yourself speak.
Have you noticed that I've been getting a lot of pain threshold lately?
You know, officer, you can rest here if you are feeling tired. I will keep watch. You could use some rest for what's ahead.
No time to rest now.
Yes, anytime. If you need a rest later, it's okay by me.
You don't have to be a hero.
Oh. Interesting. Okay. Interesting.
This old cylinder.
Look at this machine. What is this? This was once an armament rest. What is this? Careful, these stairs have collapsed. Interesting. I'll have to work my way around. Oh, what was that? What was that? Twin cannons were attached here. Medium distance, large caliber. Okay. This great blast door must weigh over 10 tons. Rust peels off of it. Morale. Money and morale. Cool. What if I put my gun away and take out the driver? Nothing?
You see a small metal door nested inside a larger one. A heavy steel blast door. There is a conventional keyhole above the handle. It's very small.
What's on the other side?
Another part of the island, probably. The lock looks like it could still be usable.
How do we open this?
Maybe this is one of the doors we don't open?
He looks at the door, then at its bigger brother, then at the lock.
He's right. It would be better to open its big brother. A powerful engine hangs under the ceiling. It must control the blast door.
You're right, we opened the big one. Do you see controls anywhere?
I think there's a console just southeast. Let's look around. Getting the blast door open seems like the best plan.
Okay. Well, I saw that down there for sure. Let's put that away. I don't think I need the flashlight right now. Just clear that button. Oh, it goes underneath. Okay, well that's helpful. Sometimes it's hard to tell.
Green paint flecks off the monoblock aluminium cabinet. There are rows of switches on the front panel, a frequency band, and even a keyboard.
Run your fingers across the keyboard.
The keys rattle like teeth. This keyboard hasn't been functional in decades.
What is this then?
The console of an antique computation device. The generator upstairs, with wires coming out, they terminate here.
Could this open the blast door?
I think, yes. Let's see. That one. The emergency open.
Slide radio dial.
The dial slides under the glass, dark and silent. Restoring electric power has not breathed life into it.
Push light interior.
The lighting in the room turns on with a sizzle, a dim ambient orange.
Turn emergency open.
The blast door opens with a series of clicks. A shaft of light appears, then widens as the light shines in.
Nice. Cool. All right. Wait. Wait. Wait.
A sudden wave of anxiety makes your skin crawl.
After you.
Oh. What's there? Point to the door.
I don't know.
Oh.
A thin wisp of smoke rises from a charred black fire pit. The wind picks up.
I am
then
not
dies
scared.
down again.
Let's go. On a break. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. I'm just going to run some pre-roll ads. We'll continue doing this for a bit longer. If you're watching live, it'll be a couple of minutes. If you're watching on VOD, it'll be instantaneous again. I'll see you then. All right, we're back. And we are ready to go wherever the hell that was. This hatch is jammed shut. Oh, what's this? Hello. It had medicine and money in it. Cool. I'm gonna go this way. We can go out. All right, cool. Yeah, that's what I thought we could take a look around. A firing slit. You can't see inside. It must have been a direct hit to take out such a huge chunk. This is like a launching ramp. The distant sound of cargo ships. Signal horns echo in the water. Okay, so I apparently can go that way. I can't go this way. I can go this way. So I actually do have to rest in the tower. Okay. Probably because that will mean that that's how the guy comes and finds us. I would like to look around. Okay, nothing there. Another chain. The winch is broken. Rust has eaten what remains of the chain.
A strange feeling looking at the water. Maybe you should just wander off into the sea. Leave it all and walk in with a bottle in your hand.
Why?
Perhaps there's someone there, under the water, waiting for you. Where it has always been. In front of the video rental, on the corner, at the crossing. Smelling of tutti frutti and betrayal. Maybe you know it's going to hurt.
But it's cold.
Yes, cold and still. But love is warm, like the inside of her mouth.
No.
Yes, 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 yes. No, we're not starting with that. Not now. Not this time. This thought is over.
Raise your sight.
In the still mirror of the bay, you see Martinez, reflected. Tall edifices of ruins reach into the water, like shimmering towers. And the shacks too. Pine trees and motor lorries, upside down. Islets and posts, like stepping stones, lead into the water in front of you. Go. Step in. It's been too long.
No. We don't have those thoughts. No. We're fine. We can go up here. Pain in your pelvis makes you wince, then you continue. The inside of the fortress. You make out the console and the blast door. The depot that supplied this chain is long gone from the coast. More gas? More gas! So I already had one, but now I've got another one. A weathered artillery map showing coordinates in the Bay of Revachol. An old medicine cabinet, newly stocked with duramine.
There's a rain-soaked mattress on a concrete slab, only half covered by the crumbling roof. At the head of it, double embrasures, firing slits like two eyes in the wall.
This looks like a good place to aim from.
The lieutenant looks around. He steps closer with his hand on his gun. Inspect the mattress.
A single-person mattress, modern, civilian use. Brand name, Marjorie. There's a fuel stain on the cover, along with cigarette burns. And an empty can of beans on the ground next to it, filled to the brim with cigarette butts.
Pick one out of the can.
The silhouette of a tobacco picker adorns the paper filter. The brand, Tio Moteri.
Tio Moteri, like the ones we found at Land's End, remember?
I may have been wrong when I said it wasn't important. This means the same person could have visited both locations. I didn't see any signs of smoking inside, though. If people live there, they keep it tidy. This here may also be a smoking spot.
Fair. Inspect the wall.
There's a firing slit in the wall in front of you, like a little window.
Touch the concrete first.
Quite old and grimy, from years without cleaning by anything other than the rain.
Look through the hole in the concrete.
The springs screech as you lean on the mattress and crane your neck to look out. Trepidation, a tingling feeling in your stomach. A small piece of Martinez coastline opens up in the square in front of you, like a tiny landscape painting. 1 kilometer across the water. The ruins look familiar.
On the left?
A towering skyscraper, its top floors shaved off by artillery fire. Capeside apartments. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A and 33B.
And on the right.
The red chimney and collapsed back of the 4-story tenement in front of the whirling in rags. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 10. the doomed commercial area.
And between the two.
The box-shaped silhouette of the whirling in rags. Its sloped roof, a tiny fleck of light catches your eye on the rooftop, sunlight reflecting off the upstairs window of Clausia's room.
Motherfucker.
What does that mean? Do you have line of sight to the window?
More than that.
Kim, with a pair of binoculars, I would be able to see inside the room.
A pair of binoculars? Or a scope of a rifle? You'd be prone, lying on a mattress, barrel resting on the embrasure.
Cheek against the cheek rest, hand on the hair trigger. On a calm day like this.
Kim, I can make it. I can make the shot.
Good. I think we have it, Detective. The origin of the shot. This is the sniper's nest.
Fuck yeah, we found it.
Affirmative.
Better late than never.
Nothing pointed here. Many leads pointed elsewhere.
6 people are dead. We could have prevented it.
Don't beat yourself up, officer. We did not put guns in their hands or get them drunk.
He looks north over the fortification, then adds.
The lieutenant pauses. Regret comes over him.
We will make up for it. Here. I feel it.
Could the shooter still be here?
Where?
On this island.
He does not answer, just nods. With his back hunched, he looks around once more and says, he feels uncomfortable suddenly.
We should move now.
No. Fuck! 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 Okay. Alright. Alright. Shit. I think I came to a sudden realization there. God damn. That got me. That fucking got me. I'm shook, man. This fucking game is so good. Just gonna see if there's anything else I can do here. This fucking game. This fucking game. I'm not gonna say what I think because I'd rather someone's watching, but you can't say where. I'm not gonna say what I think because I would like to keep that to myself, but if I'm right, this is the best game I've ever played. Even if I'm wrong, this is one of the best games I've ever played. Incredible. Okay, I'm gonna go in with my gun. I've got 2 bullets. Water rushes below. Far below. I should get my flashlight out just in case. I think I've got the lights on, but you know, I can't go any further than that. Okay, and that just goes outside. Don't need the light there. can't go there. So I can go around here. Rubber dinghy. It's deflated and broken. Small white flowers blossom all around you. Hi.
An old man wearing tracksuit trousers leans on the frame stock of his rifle. He gathers a big ball of spit in his mouth, then spits it out into the extinguished fire before him. He raises his black eyes, hooded by creased eyelids, to meet yours. Unclouded by cataracts, his eyesight is sharp.
Are you the fire guy?
The what now? I can't hear you.
Oh. Did you recently tell 2 kids to put out their fire?
I may have. All sorts of little rats have come sniffing around, trying to give up the position.
The position? Sounds like a hiding place.
Fire guy. Regressive bourgeoisie henchman. Can't even talk like a grown-up.
You've retained your eyesight.
My eyesight? Yes. Helps me see all the shit.
A shudder of disgust passes his right side. His left side remains motionless.
Did you close the blast door?
I did. And you opened it. How?
I fueled the generator, then used the console.
I should have burned that console down.
Shakes his head. How'd you know I was coming?
Reactionary rock and roll music. Playing on the water.
Told you we shouldn't play sad FM.
It was not rock and roll. It was sad FM.
Sad FM, huh? I always hated that station. Phlegmatic, counter-revolutionary dirges. Sadness is a mental illness. A weapon of the bourgeoisie. The fascists were right about rock and roll. It is degenerate. Hip gyrating, mental illness music.
Nice gun you got there.
It's not nice. It's a piece of shit. But it gets the job done.
What's it make?
It's a 3-Angong 446.
A Samurai rifle. How did you get hold of one?
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Sinyao commune. Military aid.
He pats the rifle.
It has stayed true to him. He can still make it sing.
The Sinyao commune?
You heard me. It's good now. Like chalk, white from the ball.
Oh, your weapon has stayed true to you. Mine has stayed true to me too.
Yes. I bet you've killed a lot of people with it. You fascist fuck. Have you come to make me one of them?
Oh, his grip on the rifle tightens.
We have come to ask you questions. Nothing more.
The lieutenant puts his hand on his holster.
If you do not comply, we will take you in. Do you understand?
That's all the answer he gives.
The danger levels here are hard to read. One moment he's afire, the next, a fire gone out.
Sir, I need you to put down that gun so we can talk further with the police.
The lieutenant pulls his pistol from the holster.
You are a glorified night watchman. This is a service rifle. I can only lay it down before an enemy commander of corresponding rank.
His elbows rest on the frame stock, calmly for now. But he may still get it in his hands. Looks like he knows the weapon.
Kim?
The lieutenant aims his pistol square at the man's forehead.
Put it down now, sir.
Or you're gonna blow my brains out before you question me. To hell with it. It's a walking stick anyway. It's out of bullets.
The old man lays the rifle down carelessly, then looks at it lying there.
Like an amputated limb in the sand.
Pick up the gun.
His gaze follows your motions. The rifle feels surprisingly light in your hand. Frame stopped and patched in places with tape and wire. Still warm from his parched hands. Not the metal. The metal is ice cold. This weapon has been modified several times.
Inspect it closer.
The rifle's in a shabby state, like a crutch that's seen too much travel. Hieroglyphs are embossed into the forearm, made of walnut. On the butt, you see Vespertine writing, burnt into the wood. Triangong, 4.46mm, made in Sinyao.
Yes, as I said, it's a triangong made in Sinyao.
Worn, personalized even. Looks like this weapon has seen a lot of use, hasn't it, sir?
No response from the old man. The plastic cape around his shoulders rustles in a small bout of wind.
This uses jacketed ammunition.
Jacketed, military-grade ammunition. Stable in flight. Good for hitting something that's very, very far away.
He says mostly to the old man.
As he speaks, he stresses every word. He's liking this.
The rifle has been patched and modified several times.
I wonder how old it is.
The old man does not answer. He just stares in front of him.
Stow the gun.
The old man keeps following your motion with his gaze. His right arm twitches suddenly. Some kind of involuntary response?
Yeah.
Something is slightly off with his motorics. This looked very much like the murder weapon. It could be used against him to get a confession. In time.
Who are you?
My name is Josef Lilianovich Dross, Political Commissar of the 114th Anti-Aircraft Division of the 4th Army of the Commune of Revachol.
That is a mouthful.
I am a deserter, a partisan, and a prisoner of war. This is my termless surrender.
His eyes turn to the reeds again, dead and dull.
The Commune of Revachol? Do you mean the ICM? You're a holdover from the...
From the Insulindian Citizens Militia, the army of the revolution. I was recruited in Jamrock in 07, trained in the École de Contrôle Orient, and consigned to emergency defense duties in 08. I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned here on May 14th, the commune had fallen. Still armed and ideologically trained, I wrote a criticism of myself and resumed partisan duties.
51 minus 8 equals 43.
You've been on this island for 43 years?
No.
He looks into the fire.
I've been on other islands, too.
A wisp of smoke rises from somewhere between the charred logs.
I was in Resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was an E-48, a nameless sound, until the sea washed over it. Then I came back here. That was 22 years ago.
You're a communist soldier from the communist army?
No, I am not a soldier. I am an ideological officer. I belong to the party, not the army.
But you said you were trained and assigned to the Defense Corps.
Trained in historical materialism, then assigned as a political commissar by the party. These things used to mean something.
What does a political commissar do?
The old man does not answer. He tilts his silver head and looks at the reeds. You see a small tremor pass through his legs.
His job was to assure the army answers to civilian control and follows the ideology of the commune.
Okay.
Scientific communism. A commissaire politique is a night philosopher of the revolution, a future human.
Awakened from shutdown by the promise of ideology.
That means you're a trained communist, right?
He nods slowly. Then another tremor.
I'm also a communist.
No, you're not. You're a liberast.
Liberast?
A liberal and a pederast. That's what most liberals are.
I'm not liberal, I told you I'm a communist.
Detective, we have not come here to discuss ideology.
He turns to the old man.
We have come to ask questions regarding a murder investigation.
The old man spits into the fire pit. He does not say anything more. A jitter passes his lower body. There's definitely something off with his body. Something more than just metabolism.
How have you survived all this time?
How does anyone survive? I steal.
What do you steal?
Supplies, vegetables. I collect rainwater. It's the life of a dog, not a human being.
He coughs once more, then puts his hand on his belly.
How is your health, Mr. Dross?
I've been throwing up blood since winter. Red, like beetroot. Been passing it in stool, too.
He does seem frail. Gaunt for his age. More like 75 than 65. Trouble putting on weight could mean cancer.
The RCM can provide medical services. You need to be looked over.
I need to die. You don't have medical facilities. You have guns. That's all they give you. Toy guns.
You also have druamine.
You also have druamine in the base key. You must be in pain.
I have been running out of that stuff.
A light goes on in his eyes. He smacks his dry lips.
There's no way he could manage the pain without them. It's safe to say he is addicted to painkillers by now.
You like that druamine, don't you?
It's the little joys. A dark joke. A sunshiny day. Morphine.
This is a serious situation. You need to be looked over and we can do it.
There's nothing to look over. The triage is in, and it's black. Administer morphine. Moribund.
How have you coped mentally?
I haven't. I have holes in my brain. Years missing. Others filled with pain only. A decade of...
His eyes roll into his skull and back.
I don't even know what. Inferno?
You notice the lieutenant is about to say something.
I would imagine it gets tremendously difficult, mentally, to live in isolation.
Traitors. It's better alone. I watch the people of this city turn the lights back on, more and more each year. Ruins, glimmering in the dark, like a fucking merry-go-round. It's disgusting.
He looks down at his shoes, his face parched from the sun and the wind. There's winds of pain in there somewhere.
Are they not heartbroken? How could they have moved on?
You said you deserted your... You've been hiding at 34 years.
43 years and 10 months.
That's steadfast.
It's not how a human being should live. But I had to. I couldn't just forget. I couldn't just forget what I saw.
He just couldn't.
You couldn't give up.
He nods. But he can now.
What have you been doing during all this time?
Hiding, fishing, waiting.
He looks across the water.
Where the afternoon grows late, on Rue de Saint-Ghislain, people walk home. Street lights will soon be lit. Further inland, the streets are alive with workers, men, women, children, street hawks and migrant laborers. The temperature is steady. Alto cumulus clouds form above Precinct 41.
Always waiting.
The old man turns his eyes from the shore and back to you. For what?
For her to return.
Her who?
Girl, child, revolution. Always.
Nothing in history is guaranteed, but revolution is still a possibility.
No. The material base for an uprising has eroded. The working class has betrayed mankind and themselves. The historic opportunity for a revolution has passed. It will not come back anymore, however hard I try, whatever I do.
So that's why he's the deserter.
Don't say it.
What can I do?
The old man suddenly looks around, suddenly confused. You said you deserted your unit?
I was just 16 years old. 15 when I volunteered. I had a lapse of faith. And of courage, too.
Lapse of faith?
You could say I misunderstood the historic role of the proletariat and thought Mazovian socioeconomics were fallible. For a second, I doubted the irreducible laws of historic materialism. A second is all it took.
For what?
For reaction to take hold.
What's reaction?
Petty bourgeois terror. It's in all men.
Wasn't reaction, you were just afraid.
It's the same thing. You haven't seen it. Not really. Not naked. It's impossible not to be afraid.
And this was when?
The lieutenant instinctively looks to his notebook but does not take it out.
May the 13th, 08, 44 years ago. The horizon was black with coalition airships. Their petroleum rose to the sky and it looked like it formed the clouds. Storm clouds. When they started shelling, it was dark magic.
Dark magic?
The combined might of international capital. All at once, all the greed and terror in the world tore into Revachol. It lifted streets from the ground and turned houses into ghosts. We were in the flak tower.
He gestures towards it.
Huddled on the floor. The artillery was 80 kilometers away in Ozon, but I knew the commune would fall. We would all be turned into ash. So I said I was going to the map room.
He looks east.
A terrible shame, still within him. The lobes of his ears are red with it. The shame and smallness of what he became.
You didn't go to the map room.
No. I climbed the chain link across the water and hid inland, in the bunkers there, like the weakest of the weak. A mouse, frightened of the ordnance all night, and the sound of the rotors in the morning, whirring.
He looks at the sky. What was that?
Airships. I climbed out into hell. The landing was complete. The chain was submerged. I had to swim back. The fortress was half submerged too, shattered. They'd all drowned in the lower levels, or got torn to shreds above. The anti-aircraft gun had malfunctioned. So had I. I left them without ideological direction. It was real. I'd seen it. I'd seen it in reality.
Some kind of great terror. Worse than you've ever seen.
Seen what?
The mask of humanity fall from capital. It has to take it off to kill everyone, everything you love. All the hope and tenderness in the world. It has to take it off just for 1 second to do the deed. And then you see it, as it strangles and beats your friends to death. The sweetest, most courageous people in the world. You see the fear and power in its eyes. Then you know.
What?
That the bourgeois are not human.
Say nothing, let him finish.
I had to. I had to fight it. I had to never stop.
The old man falls silent. His black eyes keep piercing your skin as he looks to some great distance behind you, shaking his head slowly, retreating from it. What is this place, this island?
It's not an island, Dwat. It's a defensive fortification of the commune of Revachol. And I am its last surviving defender.
What was it used for?
The congenitally deformed King Philip II built it to restrict access to the Bay of Revachol. We captured it in '02, retrofitted the fort with an AA gun to defend against an airborne landing. Against the whole world.
You mean the landing? Retaking of Revachol?
Coalition military called it Operation Deathblow. I later found out on the radio they called it Deathblow. You're one of them. Tell me, who speaks like that? We had 50 million people on Caillou alone.
First, I'm not one of them.
Sure you are. You're RCM. Answer me. Who calls an operation against 50 million people Deathblow?
Murderers. I know what you mean.
You don't know. You haven't seen it. Iblis.
Iblis?
The black-eyed angel.
How have you concealed yourself all these years?
It was hard in the Thames. I didn't have partisan training. They were searching for stragglers, those bloodhounds. Floodlights on the water at night.
There were posters, campaigns.
We communards still hoped, and they needed to snuff that hope out. The East capitulated. Martinez and Cold City were turned to dust. But Jamrock, Forburg, even Coron, and Boogie Street, of course. Those fucking kips had Marsov coursing through their veins. And others too. Some cordons of Revachol was still fighting. There were cells. I tried to contact them. Soon they all went silent. The frequency's dead.
How did you get between here and the mainland?
At night, I used a dinghy. I only went after dark then. When I got to the city, I stayed underground. Patrols, you lot, the commons too. They'd started snitching.
In the city, you move underground?
From bunker to bunker. Not anymore. No one cares now. I don't even have to hide. They think I'm another antisocial vagrant. I could walk straight into that town if I wanted. I just...
He falls silent, his gaze fixed on the shacks held together against water. The weapons cache under Saint-Jean 22B. In the basement. Have you been there?
So you finally found it. There must have been a small squadron's worth of arms in there. Elmer Graves, right?
They were damaged beyond use.
I know.
So you've been there?
Sleeping. Some night. I'm out scrounging on others. Those Graves were shit even before they corroded. Some had bullets in the chamber, however.
You feel the dots connecting. Little dots on the map he's walked across.
There's a small bunker under the Feld building. Have you stayed there?
The propaganda bunker. I used to, but not anymore.
Propaganda bunker?
They stored leaflets there. Broadcasting equipment, too. Made broadcasts, I think. Propaganda officers. I buried them with their leaflets. They killed themselves. 2 young boys.
Killed themselves?
A lot of our boys did. I spent some winters there. Never liked it. Kept thinking of them. No need to go underground anymore. It's better in the ruins, on the ground.
Why don't you just walk there?
I don't want to. They're all traitors. Pigs, rabbits, and dogs. Men without ideals are only animals.
He does not want to see life moving on. People forgetting, drinking, laughing.
One more question. Do you smoke Tiomutri cigarettes?
I do.
Ever smoke them on the mainland?
They're good. Plenty of tar. I like that boy on the pack, too. Reminds me of the last century.
Tell me another thing. Conclude.
The old man looks across the water, at the city, the ruins, the motorways rising above it.
You said this is your termless surrender.
You're with the RCM. The coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol.
I know what it looks like, but I have secret plans to turn the Elysium into a Mazovian revolutionary unit.
Rock and roll posturing. You're the RCM. You represent the Moralist International, the enemies of humanity who took this city. I represent their adversary, le Parti Communiste Insolente. Take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have relinquished my weapon. I can no longer serve. No superiors can relieve me of my duty. You bulldoze them all to a mass grave for trying to free humanity.
A spray of blood from his mouth on the black charcoal in the fire pit.
I have another serious question for you.
There's nothing serious in this world. It's a farce.
What have you been using this gun for?
I've used it for killing people.
Here we go. A trail of blood. The lieutenant smells it too.
Killing people?
It's a gun. That's what they're for. You
I don't
want a
think it was him.
moralist euphemism?
I don't think it was him.
Defending your family and your property. I haven't done that. I've used it to kill people.
Interesting. During or after the war?
There is no after the war. Class war is never over.
So he's continued killing after hostilities ended. Okay. This is it. You can feel it, like battery acid on the tip of your tongue. Something you haven't felt in a while. But
what?
This is what you live for. This is the shit.
The shit!
The great serotonin jackpot.
Woo.
The solution. Going straight. No euphemisms. He doesn't like those. No. Be careful now. Slow and steady does it. Make him repeat it first. Don't mess this up. Remember, he wants to tell you. Get personal.
So which one do I say then?
Nothing comes to you. Silence. His black eyes look at you, and in them a chill, like electricity running up your spine, crawling into your skull.
What?
All is not as it seems.
Detective.
The lieutenant turns to you with well-disguised impatience. I know you want to tell me. Have you killed anyone with that gun in the last week or two?
I don't want to tell you anything, you grotesque murderer.
And why did you think that was a good idea? Don't listen to me. I'm wrong all the time.
So you're saying you killed people after active fighting stopped?
What did I just say?
He keeps shaking his head erratically. He's brushing something out of his eye.
What did I just tell you? Don't drop the ball now.
Did you use that gun to shoot and kill a colonel of the security contractor Crenell?
The who now?
He leans in and cups his ear.
He heard you. He just wants to hear you say it. You're in.
The corpse in ceramic armor hanging behind the whirling in rags. Did you shoot him?
Oh, yes. That one. Ugly piece of work, that boy.
Did you kill him?
The lieutenant takes a sudden step towards him.
I am a son of a welder and an officer of the commune of Revachol. I do not collaborate with murderers and pederasts of the liberal regime.
A drop of blood in the saliva. Tear into him. Pile it on him. Everything you got on him. The more, the better. The gun. The murder weapon is the perfect opener. The scent of blood in the air. But what else? There was something you can't remember. Something about the tracks. Suddenly, all those tracks are so confusing. Go with something else first.
We've done the ballistics. The shot came from this island.
I saw you poking around there, looking for evidence. You're damn diligent when it comes to dead fascies. Did you like the view?
You had direct visibility. There are embrasures in the concrete, specifically meant for a top follower to use. And you had a long-range rifle in your possession.
The lieutenant softens his voice.
You've been here a long time, Mr. Dross. Too long. You clearly need medical aid.
I'm ready to die. I've done my part.
He's practically admitting to it. Dead fascists for fascists. Done his part.
You said fascists, you're meaning to kill them.
You're sad for your fascia brother, aren't you? One twig got broken. Now the others are sad.
He waves his hand. There's a twitch, then one more on his right eye. I don't need your cooperation. I've got this.
Not a lot of guns around that use military-grade ammunition, are there?
It's a real gun. Not like your little musketeer pistol. I've seen you prance around with that. Jumping hoops for the liberals. You look like imbeciles. Why don't you ask them to give you real weapons, eh? Going against automatic rifles with a flame bomb. Of course you got all those boys.
Wow, so you were watching!
Damn, he saw you. He's watched it happen. He would have a good view of the tribunal from here. It's not just empty boasting. So he saw you. Okay. So what? Don't let it divert
Stop
you.
changing the subject. We have the murder weapon. Point to the gun.
You know what? You're right. I'm convinced this made the shot. Should we call it?
Lieutenant looks at the weapon demonstratively. You think we have the murder weapon?
4.46 jacketed ammunition, modified for range. We have it. This is it.
I'm calling it. We have the murder weapon.
Good.
Lieutenant takes out his notebook and draws a single line.
This feels good, doesn't it? Tearing things up like this. When you have the murder weapon, you have the killer.
Murder.
The old man does not say more. He just glances into the read and twitches once more. I like how I can do a thing here. What would be good? Oh, what would be good? What the fuck? Let's put some empathy. Actually, what am I low in? I've got. Oh no, I don't have. I'm really low in suggestion. Fuck it, I'm in suggestion now. What am I forgetting?
Wait, here it comes. The goddamn Maybells. The dried Maybells on Clausia's roof.
My head hurts now.
Who cares? There were Maybells in the grass when you got here. And on Clausia's balcony. Wait, don't forget the footprints. The diagonal prints in the dust in the secret space behind Clausia's bedroom. Now, they're gonna come up.
Ow.
Yes, ouch. So good, it hurts. Those were not modern prints. Maybe don't beat yourself anymore, though. You're not immortal.
There are Maybells behind the victim's window.
Damn Maybells. The whole island is turning white with them.
He seems tender suddenly. Nostalgic even. A strange mood swing.
So many this year, too. The spring is coming. No, it's already here. Wash the filth away.
I haven't seen these flowers anywhere else in Martinique. Only here.
They blossom on the islets before. We fertilize them with our blood. Resurrection was snow white in May, before they ruined it.
South, the Bay of Martinez is dotted with little freckles of islets, turning green, with white flowers in white snow.
The coast, too, before they piled their containers on top of it, filled with broken, useless trash for fat-fingered bourgeois children to play with.
You must get around a lot to stay undetected all these years. Do you know any secret paths? Pinball workshops?
I may.
A young woman called Classy. Ring any bells? These dried flowers are behind her window.
Classy.
You know her, right? She has intimate relations with the victim, a mercenary.
With the victim.
He turns his sight from the whitening field of flowers and falls silent, and the muscles in his jaw twitch a spasm.
There is a small tremble. Looks like a smile. A crooked smile. Yet isn't quite voluntary. He's about to burst. Don't leave any loose ends. Get him on everything.
I wonder what brand of boots you're wearing.
Everything is brands with you individualists. Who cares what brand my shoes are? Sansa. Some shit.
He looks at his running shoes covered in mud.
Show me the soles, please, Mr. Taras.
Fucking imbecile.
The old man stretches out his leg. A black and white spiral pattern covers the sole of the worn-out old running shoes on his feet.
The maker is called Sensorique, and the size is 42 to 44. These are not the unusual horizontal patterned soles you saw in the dust on the floor of the hidden room. They do, however, seem to be about the same size.
The size fits, but not the sole.
Wait, maybe it's simpler than that. Red check?
Yes! He doesn't have to be wearing them right now.
People change shoes. Doesn't mean you weren't there near the room the victim died in. Sneaking around.
Racking those brains, are you? Desperate to report something back to your masters? They must have really loved that dead fuck.
The lieutenant gives you a quick sideways glance and nods to acknowledge. The prints were his. You can see it in those eyes. He can't keep them from flickering.
Nice.
Looking for something. The old man stares at his own prints in the ash around the fire. Silent suddenly, some strange process within him. A gush of wind. Seagulls in the distance.
You know who he was. A coalition-trained murderer. Armored and armed. He wasn't human. The blunt end of a hammer. Dripping with blood.
He was a killer, but he was still under the protection of the law.
Beating us to the ground. Moaning with joy. You hounds get so thorough when a company-trained killer dies. I haven't seen you on this coast for 40 years. You know, maybe I should have killed one sooner. Got your attention. Now you stop beating druggies and prostitutes in your basement. Now you come to investigate. Not when they die by the hundreds.
He breathes through flared nostrils.
This is it. Shot him. Shot him. Say shot him, not killed him.
So you shot him?
Oh, the inhumanity.
Sorry.
One paramilitary less in Revachol.
You can almost see him squeeze a tear out of his eye. His fists begin to tremble from the anger.
The lieutenant raises his right arm to hush you. Hush. He does not need to be pushed anymore. The ball is rolling. While the lieutenant listens, holding his breath.
Hold your breath.
I had them in my sights. Both of them. Him and the whore. I was breathing with them, in phase, and I pulled the trigger and flew on the air until I landed in his mouth.
He begins to smile.
I didn't think I had a shot like that in me anymore. I did. I saw him kneel there with his mouth full of death, and that stupid look on his face. And his dick still in her.
There, a hot flash of rage almost carries the smile away. Some dark peace.
Then what?
Nothing. I went to sleep. Next morning there were Maybells everywhere. The world was white. Or what's left of it, anyway. My last spring here. I knew the fascists would come to avenge their own. And so they did.
Mr. Taras, are you aware you're confessing to murder?
The lieutenant asks after a second of silence.
Yes.
A single word is all he gives.
And you were looking at them, the victim and a young woman, having sex, through the scope of your rifle that night, before you shot him?
The lieutenant takes out his notebook slowly, very slowly.
The old man nods.
Why?
Because that's what they were doing.
He shrugs and smacks his lips.
The motive. This is where the motive is going to come from.
I don't understand. Do you, detective? I don't understand this part.
Why were you looking at them that night?
I'm always looking.
He cocks his head to the side, then turns his eyes to the city. Another tremor passes his right side, lower in intensity.
Are you always looking through the scope of a rifle? I'm just trying to understand.
A rifle scope has the best magnification.
Helps him see all the shit.
And if you don't like it?
Click.
If it's part of the shit you see...
Then you pull the trigger?
Yes. Think of it as a form of critique.
You've got him going. Connect every little piece now. Wrap this up like a gift.
I would like to do composure first. Let's get that composure. I might have it. Do I have composure? I'd like to get my composure up a little. Yeah. I'll also put the gun away. I don't think I need it. Nice gun. Put my hat on. Now I'm a communist, you motherfucker. No, I'm gonna keep these shoes on. I don't need that much composure. Well, yeah. I said I want composure, so I might as well try. Is there anything removing my composure?
This hat is so soft, so warm.
Oh no, I put a
Wraps
hat
around
on!
your head, and your mind tingles with all manner of socio-economic theory.
This is Ushanka, right?
Kraz Mazov would have worn this Ushanka. Mazov knew where to cook those thoughts. That's why it bears a Mazovian logo. Glory to the revolution, comrade. Whether you like it or not,
Nice!
wearing this hat has made you more communist.
Right? Yeah, I wish that hat was made me communist. This hat makes me communist. If I'd known, I would have put this one on before I talked to the guy.
Minions of capital. What do you want?
Assess his body language.
What strikes you about this gaunt man is not the stomach pain, or the cough, or the malnutrition. For a man who's spent 44 years hidden in the urban wild.
He's surprisingly okay.
Indeed. He speaks fluidly. His movements are rapid, if erratic. His voice, despite the cough, is there. It is capable of expressing complicated ideas. Above all, he seems animated.
Animated by what?
It's a mystery. This animation comes at a cost too. Erratic hand gestures, thought processes cut off like threads, as he just stares at the logs or the reeds. He also suffers mood swings, bubbling to the surface, unconstrained by his nervous system.
Dementia?
You've seen demented people before. This feels similar, yet different. When his thoughts move, they are lucid, keen even, not senile. Is this some kind of substance damage? Like he's addicted to something? Not only the painkillers he's clearly on.
Mr. Dross, so you want some kind of a psychoactive substance?
No. I won't be stuffed full of shit like the rest of this city.
You said you take painkillers.
The lieutenant follows your lead.
I take them to cope with pain. The people of this city use painkillers because they have pain. Untreated illnesses, not enough money for a greedy doctor.
He is indeed very lucid at times. It's not a downer, rather an upper, judging by his snaps.
You on amphetamines?
Like some kind of decadent rock star.
He doesn't dignify it with more of an answer. Mr. Drill, so you're okay. How is your memory?
No, I'm not okay. I shit blood, and I'm surrounded by insane people.
Yes! Beautiful.
There it is again. Erratic hand motions, bouts of rage, and the stomach thing too, of course.
I shit blood and I'm surrounded by insane people.
Could it be a symptom of overdosing on something? Something even you have not tried? Keep your eyes peeled.
Okay. Question. Just taking a quick look here. Conceptualization. Empathy. Suggestion? Suggestion actually should be one I probably do. Well, actually, I can do that now because I did update my suggestion. Can't do that one anymore. Interfacing. Perception, interfacing, fucking interfacing. I want interfacing. Done. What specifically did you not like about what you saw the night of the murder?
Them. Fucking. I didn't like that.
So you were jealous?
Jealousy is a reactionary concept. I didn't like the Reaver enjoying himself. Drugged out, soothed in the arms of a young woman. I wanted him to die so he could not enjoy life anymore. And I wanted to see his head explode. That too. She should know better than to hold a child murderer between her thighs. I knew he'd be there for one more second, writhing. That's all it takes for the bullet to reach his head. Now that I think of it, I wasn't aiming for his mouth. I wanted his brains to spill out on her. But you can't have everything.
How long have you been watching her?
Since she came to Martinez. I saw her sneaking in the reeds early in the morning, behind the Fell building. It was dark, still winter. She didn't have her skimpy outfit on then, just a spot in the night, moving.
Past the Fell building on the coast? What was she doing there?
Hiding something in the water. She had a fag after she'd done it. I was up in the ruins there. She couldn't see me, but I could see her, smoking. She was nervous, but not scared.
And beautiful.
And beautiful.
That, too.
How could you see what she looked like? You said it was dark.
The sun came up. Her hair was like cobwebs. She smoked more fags and snorted a line of whatever shit she was on, right there. She needed it just to move.
What do you think she hid there?
Her passport and ticket to Villiers. And from there to Cachet Brut.
In the free state of Seminine, hidden away at the edge of the earth, near the Pale.
Some kind of hidden container on the coast. You looked into it.
Yes, after she'd gone. It was a submersible. Well made, actually.
Sloppy. We should have gotten her to tell us about this. Did you take the documents?
No, I put them back. Why would I take them? I'm not going to phone. Oh, I mean...
Moving on. Did you continue watching her after this?
I did. She had a face like an archipelago with those birthmarks, and a body hard and lean and bruised all over, black and yellow. I could see she's taken a beating. I could see who she was, too. A spook.
Yeah.
On the run. Revachol's the cloaca of capital now. All the bagmen and arms dealers end up here to do drugs and have sex like animals.
You could tell she was a spook from the documents?
She had different color hair on the photo, and glasses. Forged. Some sordid bourgeois affair. I've heard about this kind of thing on the radio.
The bruises. You can't make that out in a scope.
And you could see her bruises through the scope of a rifle?
You can't see bruises through a scope. It's just a blur.
97% for reaction speed? Fucking A. How does he know those minute details about her body?
It quickly comes to you.
The bruises on her body. Any chance you've seen them through a hole in the wall?
Oh, yes. Cutting those drugs of hers into
Damn, this
little
guy's
lines with a
fucked up.
knife. Masturbating.
Everything in him fills with impossible longing, all at once.
Did you make that hole?
With a clip point knife.
Well, there you go.
Good for listening in, too. For hearing the moaning and the snorts.
Ever see her through a window on a roof?
Like that, too. Yes. Bending like a bow against the glass.
You've been through the secret route behind the whirling in rags. Those were your footprints there. You just changed your shoes.
I've been through all of Martinez. Every nook and cranny.
And that too.
Yes, that too. The things they did in that little room. What she'd do to feel good. Funny the way light works. You turn it on inside, and it gets so dark out, you can't see a man looking in. I learned that in the 20s, when they were still hunting me.
Man.
I've seen people do some shit, but...
Keeps shaking his head.
Those two took the cake. You hear the familiar scribble of the lieutenant's pen. A quick glance at you. One more loose end down. We're doing this, detective.
How did you get in there? The hidden pinball workshop.
I can just walk in there now after a good wash. I told you, they think I'm an antisocial. Closing hour is a good time. The kitchen's empty.
Huh.
You had to open the steel door in the kitchen? How?
I got that open a long time ago. Some bourgeois game merchant lived there. I don't know, 15 years ago. He left spare keys all over, and I took one. Then I saw her turn the light on one night in my scope.
He points towards the whirling in rags. Did you have feelings for that woman?
There's nothing to hold on to. Only this. It's not enough.
The coals of his eyes glisten suddenly, like stones dripping with water. Is he crying?
Man needs to feel something else. In this fight, it helps if you have your eye on something there. It's weakness, I know.
There have been others?
Yes, over the years. It's not unproletarian to feel something.
True. Was that why you left the dried flowers behind her window?
No.
He starts to shake his head again, a sunflower on a withered stalk. Why then?
I don't really know. I was there one night and she was crying, like a child, in the corner of her room on the floor, like she does sometimes.
When was this?
The day after I killed him.
And you brought her Maybells.
Yes. I don't know why I do the things I do anymore.
You wanted to console her.
Maybe. I told you, I have holes in my brain now. I wouldn't just sit here waiting for you.
A sudden pang of rage.
If you came 10 years ago, I would have killed you.
He wipes his eye.
In the silence, the lieutenant draws a line in his notes, then nods at you once more. One more down.
So in conclusion, it wasn't about him. It was about her.
Her.
He repeats, staring at the ashes, then the reeds. There's a twitch in the corner of his eye.
The lieutenant nods at you in acknowledgement. That's it. Motive. We have it.
Where is she, that Clasier? I haven't seen her there for days.
Got a couple of choices. She got away, we don't know where she is. She got away, but she let us here first. She figured out someone was watching her from the sea fort. We arrested her. Lie. I am not at liberty to say. I'm not at liberty to say.
I know she's gone. Locked up, or on the run. She kept staring into the scope, you know. In the end, this last week, at the fort, like she knew. Like she knew I was here. It doesn't matter.
Midtown, across the Bay of Revachol, snow falls on 40-story towers. Above them, Elysium Central Aerodrome, a cocoon suspended in the snowy sky by a web of suspension wiring, encircled by hybrid aircraft.
Look north.
On the platform, a young woman is withdrawing from amphetamines, barbiturates, and alcohol. Yet still, she smiles among the crowd, among the great ghosts of the city she's leaving, for another, far south. Smaller, distant, hidden, not like the great chandelier she sees sparkle in the night below her. Streetlights, towers, tenements, and water, and across it, a dark strip of ruins, barely visible, if she didn't squint her eyes. He knew she knows. She was looking at the island, figuring it out, day by day, cigarette by cigarette.
We could get more. We've got him talking.
The lieutenant uses the opportunity to tell you in a lowered voice.
Who knows what he's seen and done over the years? Enough. Take him in. Bend his arms behind his back and end this.
Been looking at anything else you haven't liked?
A tragic comedy. Druggies, prostitutes, and rentiers.
A strange little engine seems to fire up in him again. It straightens his back. The familiar put, put, put of hatred. Detest pushes the cobwebs out of his eyes, pushes the melancholy aside. He relishes it.
Adding on the drama. More specifically?
Specifically, the whole city is a charnel house, stripped clean and draped in neon. But Martinez is the worst.
How come?
Because of the racists. Everyone is a racist in Martinez. It's their favorite thing to do in the whole world. Listening to race-themed radio shows. In the ruins, in their lorries.
He points inland.
Pumped full of steroids and Radio Revachol 92. Race this, race that. It's all sanctioned by that Social Democratic Union and the farce of a Social Democrat who runs it.
Mr. Clare?
Yes, the fly larva in his container. He let some nihilistic advertising yuppies erect a statue of Philippe III, a syphilitic murderer, on the town square, to spit on the working class.
Let him finish. Do not interrupt.
Not since the serfs of ancient Pericarnassus has history produced a more inert social class than the Martinez proletariat. The rest of Revachol at least pretends to rebuild. These people still live in ruins. In tents, like animals, like those boom-boom morons on the ice. A pity they didn't drown in that tent of theirs.
Keeps shaking his head with sorrow for the sight he missed. That all?
The worst of them is the blood-drenched Sucrion on her yacht, licking her lips. The old whore's gone now. Her gun-toting porcelain men are dead. So, actually, no. The worst is that old cop parading around in his uniform, throwing balls all day. It's not enough that the racists and liberals are dancing on our graves. The old loyalist ghouls still parade the ruins too. Every morning he's there, while the parasites he fought to protect are off in Ozon, or Quayamoran, or some other island they built their palaces on, feeding on drugs and having sex with their own children.
This guy is like way too into sex with children. It's freaking me out.
That's all the rich really want.
Okay.
Sex with their own children. Throughout history, even the royal bloodline of the suzerain, it's all just an excuse for them to have sordid sex. At least that old cunt, Frisell, is now dead.
Mm-hmm. Now I have some questions about this.
We did good when we pushed him under the horse car, until, in the 30s, those disco whores.
He breathes in, his breath heavy with hatred. I cannot make out a single word.
The disco whores are too much. Hatred shuts down his brain's language center, leaving only a nonsensical sputter. There was something about a statue and nihilistic advertising agency people. Might be worth investigating.
Disco whores?
Whores.
Is all he says. Even that word has to be pushed through his teeth with great force. The rage seethes too hard. By the cock parading in his colorful uniform. You mean Renee?
Every fucking morning for 34 years. Throwing that ball. One ball against the other. I've always loathed that game. That is not a working class game. I don't care what they say on Radio June. Royalist ghouls played like it was life itself. Click, clack across the water each day. And that uniform, like a parrot plumage. I won't even mention that he's a traitor to his race. A patank maniac race traitor.
I'm just gonna nod.
I remember him. I remember him from La Noce. Not him, personally. His make and model. There were tens of thousands of them. I thought we took them all out before the liberals came to their rescue. We missed one. That one.
With the shaky finger he points to the city, towards the crater near the plaza where a lonely pine tree stands.
There doesn't seem to be a single person under the pine today. Not even Gaston. Alone.
There's no one there.
Fat and plump. Like a pheasant. Just begging to be popped off. Please, Mr. Dross. Shoot me.
He whispers with such predatory hunger. It borders on longing.
You'd like to kill him?
Not yet. I like to look at him strut around, place the crosshair on his medals, right on his face, and just fiddle the trigger. Think about it. Let the bomb melt in my mouth.
A treat. Better served for later. He's a pleasure delayer.
Save the treat for later.
He is a juicy bonbon, that one. A real treat for the black day. The blackest. When I put that gun in my own mouth, I think, nah, don't waste it. Put this lead in that cock, Renee. For the boys he killed. And then I look at him throw those balls, and I suddenly feel better. I even hid one bullet, so I'd always have one for him. Haven't seen him around lately, strutting around. Must be down with arthritis. I hope it hurts like hell. I hope he sweats blood.
No, he's dead.
No.
Yeah.
I waited too long. I waited too long and now he's dead?
I'm sorry, Mr. Dross. I understand you knew him for a long time.
They're all dead now. Fuck it.
If he really wanted to kill him so bad, he would have done. There must have been 1,000 black days on these islands. His health ailing.
You had 1,000 chances to kill him.
And I blew them all. What does it matter now? He's gone. Ancient dust.
You cared about him?
All human beings care about each other. I cared for seeing his head explode. Now, God damn this world.
I'm sorry.
Fuck you.
The old communard says staring at the ground. Are you okay, Mr. Drost? Go on.
You think I haven't seen people die? It's all I've seen them do. Fuck and die. All the other plans we had. To love. To colonize the Pale. It's all fucked.
He's not okay. This is just another black day in a row of black days. Something strange is keeping him together, making him endure.
There was something about the statue on the roundabout and syphilis?
Frisell the First. Philip the Second. What's the difference? Syphilitic murderers. I don't think about those things anymore. I'm tired of all of it.
The flame of anger dulls in him. He tires of it. All of it.
You mentioned the Union is social democratic and Mr. Clare farts of a social democrat.
I don't want to talk about goddamn social democrats. Traitors is all they are. Brain dead.
He waves his arm, agitated and despondent at the same time. I'm glad we talked about this now.
Glad we talked about what?
Yosef Lilanovich Drost, you're under arrest for the murder of Ellis Courtenaire.
What? But you said I would be taken to the...
The wind picks up. The silence on the water is broken all around you. Little shivers of waves appear. The lieutenant continues, like an incantation.
Your Wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided to the officers on the scene will be used against you by the prosecution. You will be given legal counsel within 1 week and must face court in 44 days. Do you understand? Do you understand?
But...
Do you understand, sir?
No, I don't want to. I have to stay here.
He looks at the reeds, eyes submerged in growing terror.
He's sweating. Beads are forming on his forehead. Pupils are dilated too. Eyes getting blacker and blacker.
Your confirmation is not required, sir. Now on to the boat.
Is that room for 3?
Not really. We could escort him to the pier, then either one of us can take him inland while the other stays here, but...
But then, who watches him while you're coming back here?
Who watches him there while I come back for you?
You come back for me? How about I go and send a boat back for you?
What is this farce? This is a fucking farce. I can't...
Who's on first?
Lillian. You could ask her, maybe.
Maybe I can just ask that netpicker to watch him.
This is no harmless old man.
This fucking world. This world. What is this?
No, listen. Listen now.
Oh, I hope I get this.
There it is again. To your north, as it has been since you came to the coast.
Am I the cabbage?
The reeds whisper,
Yes.
stalks rubbing against each other. But then, in the middle of it,
What?
something completely different. It sounds like a bow, very slowly being drawn
Wait!
against the strings of a violin.
No way!
A very small violin, made of reeds
Is it the
and rushes.
insulin thing?
Maybe there is room for 3 on the boat.
Shh, Kim, do you hear that?
What?
What are you talking about? Is this... really us?
Your skin crawls.
Is it the insulinian phasmid? Oh, see, I've never heard it as the cabbage wolf sheep dilemma, no. Oh, shit!
A delicate tangle of arms and legs unfolds from the reeds, limb by limb, to then just stand there, moving its scythe-like arms in ghostly silence. It's still there, an unfolding mechanism of reed-like chitin, hovering in place.
What are you talking about?
The old man looks at the reeds and at you. The giant stick insect!
There's nothing there.
He looks confused.
The stick insect is over 3 meters tall.
Oh my god!
It looks straight at you with its tiny pinprick eyes and its grotesquely small head. You feel your legs shaking under you and your gun hand move to your holster to grab the gun.
There is! I see it!
Tell me what you see, damn it. I can't make out one small thing in the reed.
Kim, can you see it?
I can see it.
4 simple words, thank God. If you can see, then you're not insane. But that means it's really there, spinning slowly, in absolute silence. Its limbs
Oh my God!
long and slender.
It's the best day of my life! I'm so glad I kept going!
Be very, very careful.
The lieutenant whispers, and takes a step towards the giant arthropod. Oh my god! I'm not in. A war's gonna end! I'm sure fucking not now! What do I need for this? Perception? Oh my god! Help me! Rocky, help me! This is the best day of my life! Oh shit! Oh fuck! What do I do? Help! Help me! Help me! I'm dying! Oh my god! Holy fuck! Boots, yes! Okay. I'm sorry, Froggy Hat. You know what? Fuck it. Perception. All perception. Let's fucking go. Holy shit! It was worth it! Fuck you, old man! I'm busy!
Creature stands on long stilt-like legs, antennae hanging from his head like a woman's hair, white and curled at the tips.
Holy Christ!
It is no more than 5 steps away from you. Reed-like tufts stick out of its joints. As the insect moves its forearms, it produces a faint hiss, like a reel-to-reel machine spinning after the tape breaks. The hiss is different from the strings you heard before. It says something else in a lower pitch.
Listen carefully. Indian phasmid?
It is.
Lieutenant whispers behind you. You hear the familiar ring of his jacket unzipping slowly, painstakingly so.
You glance over your shoulder. The lieutenant holds a piece of milled aluminium. He begins to pull it open, extremely carefully. It's the camera. No, the flash will scare the creature off. Warn him now.
Kim, the flash is loud. It won't like that.
We need a photo. No one will believe us.
Kim, you fuck!
From the corner of your eye, you see a sudden cascade of motion ripple through the phasmid's limbs. A series of ultrasonic clicks fills your ear.
Ah, it's coming for me!
I am not palatable. Do not eat me. I am afraid.
It's afraid! Stop now!
I won't be one of those fools who didn't take a picture.
I swear to fuck! He has stopped fiddling with the camera but does not put it down.
You see the phasmid turn to him, its mandible antennae reaching out. Its motions are quick, sudden.
Here's what they think, Kim!
Understood. Of course.
The spindly mechanism turns itself back to you, its antennae taking their measure of the air.
No, it wasn't gonna eat me, it was gonna eat Kim! 97%, I swear to fuck. I'm approaching it! Kim!
Slowly, with your breath held, you take 2 small steps toward the phasmid. The creature lets out a series of ultrasonic clicks that swarm around your head.
It's gonna fuck me! I knew putting on those pheromones was good!
Sweat drips from your brow. soak in your chest. You reek of it. Your chemicals. The tracheal system on the creature's abdomen expands in front of you to take in
Thanks,
and
Encyclopedia.
expel air. It's smelling you. Hissing and clicking, it extends its mandible-like antennae to greet you. You're right below it now, looking up at the colossal chitin of its white limbs. The head of the creature is crowned by reeds, and its eyes are like small droplets of water.
Maybe it is real, the pheromone.
Lieutenant's mouth is agape.
About now, he is ready to believe in anything. The insect's head is crowned with reed-like scales, the shape of seed heads. They rustle as the air moves. The ventricles at its abdomen continue expanding, like lunglets, breathing you in, your sour, greasy semiochemicals on the breeze.
Raise your hand slowly.
The insect stops its stridulation, seeming to observe you. Below its crown of reeds, little pinprick eyes detect motion, glittering. The world stands still around you. Suddenly, there is silence. No, stop. Be afraid.
Put your hand down.
The invertebrate comes back to life, stridulating. Sets of complex eyes follow you, moving in
look at
tandem
him!
on either side of the insect's small head.
Hello, I'm Harry. I don't really know who I am.
No reply. A total ancient silence comes from its mouth, along with what appears to be some kind of foam. The stridulations of its limbs continue all
It's gonna
around you.
stand on my tiptoes and look closely.
You were right. Little bubbles form on the mouth parts of the creature, on its segmented lower lip. It looks to be foaming, slowly. The foam is white, then yellowish. The faintest smell like you've never felt before, like burnt roses.
Kim, it's foaming.
Careful, it may be poisonous.
Oh.
The foam slowly turns a darker shade, like burnt caramel, as the insect moves its mouth parts, masticating. The little bubbles begin to burst, one by one, letting out that same smell, like summer burning. Apricot blossoms, white blossoms erupting, a sensation like cold hands on your face.
I am amazing. A 97% inland empire. Kelly, what are you doing?
I exist.
I exist too.
Tell me what it's like for you.
If I tell you, what will happen?
Then I will tell you what it's like for me.
For me, it's Wonderbar.
Yes, holy is the Lord of hosts, and all the earth is filled with his glory.
What the hell?
Now, I will tell you what it's like for me. For me, it is a series of half-lit images, a kind of darkness, being intruded upon, transient, dim, moist.
Intruded upon by what?
Shapes of plants and animals, and internal sensations. A swarm of sounds, tiny vibrations on the inside of my forearms. All speak of complexities totally beyond my understanding.
What the fuck is going on?
I am at the end of a narrow funnel, weightless, so light, it only feels like something to be me. In truth, perhaps I'm nothing. I certainly do not have a soul, and if I did, it would never ache.
I'm glad to be me, an incredibly sensitive instrument.
Few of us can begin to imagine the horror of you, with all of creation reflected in your full brain. It must be like the highest of hells, a kaleidoscope of fire and writhing glass. Eternal damnation. Even when you're sleeping, and when you wake, you carry it around on your neck, with eyes open that cannot help
a swallow more behind the mirror. I feel great. Mute empathy for you.
It was very disorientating at first, but I'm keeping my shit together.
That must be incredibly hard. The arthropods are in silent and meaningless awe of you. Know that we're watching. When you're tired, when the vision spins out of control, the insects will be looking on, rooting for you. And when you fall, we will come to raise you up. Bud from you, banner-like, blossom from you and carry you apart in a sky funeral, in honor of your passing. But not me, because I'm just a leaf eater.
In honor of your shit, Lieutenant Defrater, which you kept together in the face of total unrelenting terror, day after day, second.
I'm kind of upset that I'm a VTuber right now because you cannot see the fucking look on my face.
Detective. Arriving. On the scene.
I am a detective.
So am I. I was born to detect sucrose rewards and semiochemicals. What were you born to detect?
I was born to detect you.
Yes. No one detected me for such a long, long time. For thousands of years. I dithered out of sight. Trapped myself in greenery.
This is my masterpiece!
No one believed I exist. Almost no one. Until you came, detective. Dripping of blood that smells like strawberries. Across the calm sea. The first in 1,000 years.
I swear to God, I want her to say, like, yikes forever. Is this a dream? What's happening?
No. You're awake. I am real. Light is forming me. This is real.
Where does this come from? All this around us, the world.
Not even the birds know that. Not even the water lily.
And then all we can do is beat our fists against it day after day with no answer.
You can also eat it. If it's a leaf, you can put it in your mouth. Yum yum. Or read.
Yum yum! Yum yum! Yum fucking yum!
Wait, so
you look like a reed and you eat reeds?
Yes, they don't mind.
Have you ever accidentally eaten another reed, Phasma?
Yes. I once cloned myself and ate the little ones. It was winter, and I woke up at the wrong time. It was an accident.
What exactly are you?
I am an unknown species of the order Phantasmodia, endemic to the Insulandian Insula. For the last 350 years, I have hidden in plain sight, masquerading as the reeds, molting, cloning myself, unfolding at night to play with trash bins and boys.
it may have unknown, dangerous biochemical characteristics that help it maintain its camouflage.
No one unnoticed by the first settlers and the land surveyors of the suzerain. Also, by the soldiers of the revolution and the officials of the occupation. Even the Seminese islanders who came here first, but did not stay, have not seen me. I have stayed hidden through 4 forms of government and 2 scientific revolutions, until I was accidentally discovered by a detective of the citizen militia in Rebelshaw, district of Martinez, March 51.
Oh my shit! Are you poisonous?
Yes. I do not have a star to display, so I use a neurodegenerative element to aid in camouflage. Do not worry. It is only destructive over long periods of time.
The deserter. He's been here for a long time.
That's insane.
No, you are. The moral of our encounter is, I am a relatively medium life form, while it is you who are a total extreme madness. A volatile senior nerve system ominously new to the planet. The Pale too came with you. No one remembers it before you. The Nidarians do not. The radially symmetrics do not. There is an almost unanimous agreement between the birds and the plants that you are going to destroy us all.
Wait, what is the pail?
It is a nervous shadow cast into the world by you, eating away at reality. A great, unnatural territory. Its advent coincides with the arrival of the human mind.
I don't have that kind of power.
You're a violent and irrepressible miracle. The vacuum of cosmos and the stars burning in it are afraid of you. Give me enough time, you will wipe us all out and replace us with nothing. Just by accident.
How?
We suspect it will be something like the oxygen holocaust that wiped out anaerobic life 2.6 billion years ago, when organisms first started breathing. Only much worse.
Instead of air, you exhale thoughts. There are no trees that eat thoughts.
Worse how?
Everything your eyes touch goes back there, behind the nose mirror. What if you blink? Are we still here? Please don't blink. What if you misplace us all one day, or just forget?
I will be extra careful not to blink, stick insect, don't worry.
Please be. Or one day, one of you will close your eyes and sigh, and open them to see that none of this ever existed.
Kim, am I having a violent epileptic seizure?
It doesn't look like that, no.
What does it look like?
You're just staring at it.
Then I think I'm having a vision about the final fate of mankind.
Okay. Is it somehow related to the case?
The case? The case is meaningless compared to this. I've totally transcended the case.
I think we should take the picture, and then you should back away from the unstudied species.
I have to say goodbye now. I have no more thoughts. That was all.
No, there is one more.
Of all the creatures I met, you are the most beautiful.
Thank you. I also have one more thing to say to you. That woman, turn from the ruin. Turn and go forward. Do it for the working class.
What woman?
You cannot lie to me. Behind you, it smells of fires. So awfully far you were prepared to go in her presence. And it.
I will try.
She was middle class. It doesn't take a 3-meter stick insect to tell you that.
Is she? Is this Phasmid communist? Hey Kim, take the picture.
Okay.
It's slowing a metal. The lieutenant slides the lens open and raises his eye level.
There is no change in the insect's motion while it's being aimed by the camera. It remains fixated on you.
In 3. If it moves, you jump back. I'll shoot. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
The shrill flash of the camera cuts the air like the blade of a sword. The phasmid freezes in its bright light. Head turned toward the lieutenant, hypnotized by the flash. It stands frozen before you. The sweat on your arms feels cold as ice, as if you're frozen as well, in the shadow of this great statue of chitinous marble.
I got it.
You hear the lieutenant whisper as the creature's shape develops on the photo paper in its hand. A polychrome ghost of white streaks against the breathing sky, and you as a shadow before it. Slowly reach out and touch the creature's whisker.
The antennae hang from a great height. With your hand shaking, you barely touch the tip of the left whisker. On contact, the chitin curls into a spiral, like the tip of a poison ivy. Its touch on your fingertip feels cold. The sensation is electrifying, resounding through your body. It is surprisingly delicate, the curly end of the whisker, like a young vine. It's even a bit wet. Looks like someone's got hurt in a fight. This antennae is much smaller than the other one.
Be careful, detective. It's moving.
Look at your finger.
You were right. It glistens with some kind
I'm not
of
licking my
moisture.
finger!
The creature in front of you stays frozen.
Lick it.
It tastes like sugar, very faint. The anthropod towers above you, tufts of reeds pointing from limb and head alike.
I should have stopped streaming an hour ago and I don't care.
Odorless, mostly comprised of water.
Carefully pet its scythe-like forearm.
The limb before you is incredibly light, like eggshell. It's much lighter than a reed. You feel a soft push could tip the creature over. Its hollow exoskeleton collapsing. Warning! It's about to move. You can sense it.
Pull your hand away.
A sudden shiver passes the limb. Looks like the creature is awakening, wave by wave from its stupor. Some sort of countdown process is happening. That's all you have time to think.
We got it. Back off.
Another shudder pulses through the creature's limbs. It jolts back to life, like a record continuing where it left off, in a swaying, praying motion. Even the small black pearls of its eyes do not stray from you.
Disengage slowly.
As you're turning away, the phasmid mirrors your movements, stepping on the water, the long limbs carrying its feather weight without breaking its surface. And just like that, it's gone, skating away across the sea's calm mirror like a skipping stone, leaving nothing but circles on the water. And something under it, in the place it stood, bobbing there, among the reeds, a collection of items.
It's gone.
The lieutenant looks north, with his hand raised to his barrel. Can walk on water?
Apparently, yes. Like a water strider. Only, I've never seen anything like that in my life.
What's that in the reeds?
Looks like a nest of some sort. We should have a look.
What now?
What now?
The old man behind you repeats suddenly. He's put his hand into the ash. It's dirty and black.
Our suspect is not looking so good. We need to check on him.
I'm gonna look at this stuff later. Thank you, everyone, for joining me for this incredible episode of Disco Elysium. Oh, I was really hoping that was gonna be the Michigan J-Fork. I'm gonna leave you all now. Thank you so much for watching. We're gonna do this again. Holy Mother of God. Bye for now.